get that chat overlay off of there. Yeah, music's not working on that though. It's always something. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Okay. There's my glasses so I could see better. There we go. Alexa, turn second light red. All right, looks like we already have some people already watching, starting to pile in from the various sites, so that's good. Actually, tonight we're exclusively on YouTube, and I believe we're going to do a little sidekick. In other words, kick. No Facebook tonight. We have to mix it up a little bit. So good evening and happy Hump Day, Hump Evening right here on the East Coast. This is the B Machine. How are you guys? For those that missed it yesterday, I tried to put it on. Well, I did put it on Facebook, or actually not on Facebook. What I do, I did it on Twitter. I put a clip, and I put I think it was a little over an hour, maybe in a little bit less than 90 minutes. A little dissertation that went over really well. It was supposed to be exclusively. I did it for TikTok for the first time yesterday because we had enough followers that we were able to do that. And what had happened was it actually let me put it on another platform, so I did, and we got a rousing. I wouldn't say ovation, but definitely had a lot of people that were checking it out. So I wanted to say thank you. As you can see by the little icon in the top right hand corner there, I think it was yesterday, maybe it was late the day before. What's today? Wednesday. I think it was late Monday going into Tuesday Eastern time. We hit our 1,000 subscribers. So big milestone. Wanted to say thank you. I'm going to move this camera live real quick. Hold on. That's a little bit better. You know what? That way you can see me a little bit better. We're going to go Alexa, first light blue. Not that that really helps, but it's better than nothing. And we have something. Everything got to be perfect, and it never is. So don't even try. If you do kind of the similar types of things, it's never going to be perfect. The lighting's done, or like now, we're supposed to have like background music that's going out right now. You can't hear shit. Don't know why. It was working fine, and then it just decides that fuck it, it just doesn't want to work. So that does happen occasionally. But you know what? Life goes on, and so does the show. Super Bowl 19 on in the background over there. Remember that one? That was January of 85. That was the San Francisco 49ers, Miami Dolphins. It was the last time the Dolphins were actually in the Super Bowl. And same thing with Dan Marino. He did throw a touchdown pass today right before halftime, I think it was, and that was pretty much it for Miami. Matter of fact, the last two Super Bowls they appeared in, which was that one, Super Bowl 19, and also Super Bowl 17 against Washington, they never scored in the second half of either game. Just a quick free tidbit of, just a little bit of a trivia, if you will. And that's a shame, I know a lot of Miami fans. I actually worked for Miami Dolphins Radio, which I've said to people many times before, WQAM, back in the late 90s down in Cooper City, Florida. Used to do the sports scores and stuff like that. Miami Heat and Florida Panthers were kind of brand new at the time. They had only been around for a few years prior to that. I think they started in 93, 94, something like that. But in any event, that was a long time ago, many moons ago, if you will. But anyway, it's Hump Day. It's Wednesday. I hope everybody had a decent start to your week. Mondays suck; those are rough, and Tuesdays are kind of not as shitty as Mondays, and not as good as Wednesday. You get the picture, and so on and so forth. But we did hit those 1,000 subscribers. That's not everything that you need to do as far as YouTube is concerned. You have to have like 4,000 hours of watch time in a certain period of time, and we're getting there. I think we're at maybe something like 2,000, maybe a little bit more. So, and that's only in the last several months. It was more than 3 months, less than 5 months, probably 4 months, I would think. Something along those lines, that when we restarted our channel and went from Me Machine Media and changed over to Me Machine, the Me Machine 973, which is our area code. That's how we distinguish and differentiate ourselves from the other meat machines, that there's like names out there. There was a movie years ago and that kind of thing. I've mentioned that before. But anyway, big milestone, because 1,000 subscribers is no easy task. It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. It's a lot of hard work. And I'm going to go over that a little bit later on, because the show, for all intents and purposes, is predominantly sports. However, we're starting to pivot a little bit. I mention all the time how it is sports, movies, music, and pop culture and everything, but predominantly it's in the sports category. And not so much chatting, but it seems like every time I post something, whether it's a short, like a reel, a regular show, not gaming, not regular Saturday night broadcast. We are not on satellite radio tonight. Tonight it's just a straight stream, but that's Saturday. So we do our broadcasts on Wednesday and Saturday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do trivia, we do all sorts of stuff. But the more I talk about just like the funny nuances, the absurd everyday shit that you see here and are involved with, like stupid people and just ridiculous, dumb stuff. It seems like you get a more, I've been getting a lot of feedback, and what's the word I'm looking for? It's not feedback, but there's a lot of people like looking under the hood, and it seems to be piquing people's interest. And I guess that stuff is funny, and it is the way I do it, I guess, or just but talking about things that happen to me or yourself or whatever. Every day, nonfiction has always been more interesting to me and a lot of people, millions of people, other than made up stuff rather than fiction. Because that's what comedians do. I mean, the ones that are really successful, like George Carlin was, and not so much Eddie Murphy, but the storytellers, people like him. Specifically, he's one of my favorites. He would tell a story. Bill Cosby was the same kind of way. Eddie Murphy, a little bit. Richard Pryor, somewhat. People like that, and even back in the old days, people like Groucho Marx and Lenny Bruce and George Burns and even Johnny Carson. They were all storytellers. Even Howard Stern. So. Wolfman Jack, people like along those lines. So it was they would talk about everyday stuff, right? It was always everyday stuff, and that seemed to really resonate with audiences. So if we decide that we're going to pivot a little bit, because I told you, it is not my show, it's your show, it's your guys' show, really. You girls, you guys. That I'm just the vehicle. I'm the bus driver that gets us to wherever it's going. So wherever the show is taken, wherever you take it, it's where the audience wants it to go. We try to keep it formatted, but like I said, I'm just a vehicle to get to where you want to go. We talk about what I start with what I would think would be interesting and, news and stuff like that, stuff that can or cannot be refuted at anything because it's the facts and, over fiction. And then it starts to kind of morph and mold into wherever the show takes us. So that's okay. I mean, we could talk about whatever. It doesn't always have to be trivia. Now, I have the wheel out. I don't know if you can see it behind me. I have the wheel over there, and we're still on satellite. Even though we're not on satellite radio this evening, we are linked in with the tab in the browser. That's why we're on probably something like a 6 to 8 second delay, because if I try to take that off of there and just do a regular stream, it's an absolute nightmare. So there's a lot of things that I get off my chest, and then you guys can type in the chat and. That kind of stuff. Now, you would have to type in we're on Kick, so you can type in on there. I'm watching that. And also on YouTube. We're not on Twitch tonight. We're not on Facebook or anything like that. We've been keeping Twitch more or less when I do a little gaming. I'm not a gamer. I don't proclaim to be. I don't want to compete with those people for an audience. I've been asked so many times, let's see your Steelers theme team, do this, do that, and play. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to relax and chill out, and after a rugged day or whatever the hell's going on, and I'll play a little bit of Madden or the show, the baseball game through Xbox or whatever. So I decided to put that specifically on Twitch and not our regular broadcast. And it seems to me that it's going to be, that's kind of where this is going. So we're trying to keep it separate. So no more broadcasts on Twitch. So we're going to keep that on YouTube specifically. We are doing little shorts. When I say we, meaning I am doing little shorts like I did yesterday for TikTok. So specific days like Tuesdays and Thursdays, I might do like a 45-minute little dissertation or whatever on a quick show, if you will. Non-satellite, just stream on TikTok. Other times it might go on Instagram because we're trying to we're testing the waters, dipping our toes and our feet into the temperature and the depth of the water that we're in. And the only way to do that is to try different things and see what works and double down on what does work. So that's just how we do it. And there is life things that I talk about, and when I do that, I kind of turn into like Uncle Meme Machine here. You know what I mean? The other day was the three columns of people that exist, and how you do well, and how to get mean. I put some on there with like Rocky too today. It was cool. It's like a little motivational thing. Who's the mysterious meme machine? I didn't come up with that shit. That they came up with that and put that on there, and it's a phenomenon. And how you do, I don't know where the hell they came up with that shit. I okayed it without like barely looking at what it was, but I'll tell you what, it ended up getting a lot of views, and sometimes you just gotta hook people in, and not clickbait, hook people in to be able to understand what's going on. And like I said, we're pivoting a little bit. So sometimes we might talk about different things. For instance, Tina Turner, the famous singer, she died this afternoon. She lives in, or lived in, I think it was Switzerland. I had that up on the screen, and I'll share my screen with you later. But yeah, she was like 80 something years old. She had kidney disease. She had some other issues medically, and of course, I mean, she was up there in age a little bit. You know, in her 80s. She was no spring chicken. Liked Tina Turner a lot. She wasn't my favorite, but I remember the songs that she did, with back in the day with her husband Ike, you know, uh, rolling on a river and all those, tunes that you don't even realize it's her, and then you hear it and go, oh wait a minute, yeah, that was Tina Turner, wasn't it? Um, and then she had a very successful solo career that blossomed, that sprouted up in the early '80s and went through for quite a while. So a likable lady, very classy lady, the way that she handled herself, that was my opinion, and she'll be sorely missed. So Tina Turner, a music icon, passed away today. I believe she was 82, 87. We're going to take a look at that in a little while. I'm also going to do, like I said, there's always going to be some life stuff in there. Sometimes we even talk about health stuff, and believe it or not, I might not look like it. And the Mean Machine Talk Radio Show. What the hell does that have to do with like keto or losing weight or something? Let me tell you something. I don't know if you noticed from maybe earlier broadcasts or something. I lost like 46 pounds. Okay, and I didn't do it with a Jenny Crack diet or any of that bullshit. Oh yeah, you could have chocolate cake and pizza. What are you, fucking nuts? You can't do that. That does not work. And any idiot that thinks that is exactly that. But I can tell you how I did. But that's how my clothes are falling. It's actually a good. Got to buy some more belts. It's a good problem to have. I did it because not to look better and everything. That's all part of it, but to get healthy from the inside out. That's how you lose weight and you get healthy from the inside out. You know what I mean? You don't lose weight to get healthy. You get healthy to lose weight. But like I said, we could talk about those type of things later on. But there's something I did want to talk about today, which we will get into probably within the next hour or so, depending on where the show takes us, is the difference between working hard and working smart. Now, you might have heard that before, or maybe you have somebody else's take on it, or whatever. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. We have a lady that's in Australia, and she loves the sound of my voice, and she loves the taste of communion wafers. No, I'm just kidding. She loves my voice. So, yep, this is my voice. I just have it amplified. There's no gain on the mic. There's nothing. There's no compression, or it's not plugged into anything other than the computer itself. So, yeah, no, this is actually my voice. So, yeah, that works out well that I'm a broadcaster. So, anyway. We will be taking little breaks, little pauses for the causes, I like to call them. We'll go over those things. I'm going to see if little Timmy's going to stop by a little bit later on. We'll see what happens. No engineer here tonight, so my cousin Vinny pops in from time to time. His name really is Vinny, and he really is my cousin, and my cousin Vinny. So there you go. That worked well. That worked out well. But there's a lot of different things. Like I said, there's a lot going on in the world of sports, even though it's not football season, and we all miss it. Like I'm sure I miss it the way I'm sure you do. And I just noticed a little while ago, right before we went online, it still says Steelers theme team challenges head-to-heads and giveaways. I never changed the heading, even though I changed it on Restream. It did not start. It didn't come up that way on. Yeah, some people might be coming into kick and go, all right, he's going to be doing gaming tonight and play Mario. What the fuck? What the hell is this shit? It looks like the FBI guy, or I look like the guy that's sitting in the van with the stale coffee and constipation, writing stuff down in the van for the FBI, being listening to the mob or something down the road. That's kind of how I'm dressed here. My cousin My cousin Vinny said that the other day. Yeah, right, exactly. Weekend at Bernie's. In any event, um, why the music doesn't work, it's really, and it pisses me off because it says, okay, so you want to have music on in the background, and it's looped through, right? Okay, great. And it says that it's playing, but I don't hear shit. Do you? So it's aggravating because the stuff just works when it wants to work. I guess I don't know. Anyway, we'll be taking a break in a little bit, and where's my phone? No, it looks like the camera's very sensitive too. It's blue. And whatever you guys want to talk about tonight too, we keep it very easy. I mean, Saturday is a very very formatted. Well, for the most part. I mean, I act like a lunatic anyway, but it's more formatted on Saturday because we're on live AM FM radio, soon to be on iHeartRadio. We're working on that contract right now, and that will open doors and lead us to the promised land, which is where I can't find this chord. iHeartRadio leads to SoundCloud, leads to Spotify, Apple Music, you know, stuff like that, like YouTube Music and Amazon. I mean that's where the big cheesecake is. That's where you want to do it. I'm gonna do this real quick and do that because you can't see what I'm doing, but I can barely see what I'm doing. Okay, so I reached out. Let me tell you, people. We gotta put the fan on. Is it on? Yep. Okay. Good. Hey, something decided that it wanted to work other than me. Reached out to several people. When I say several, it may be one or two. Over the course of maybe a few weeks, maybe 3 or 4 tops. Got responses from most people, and what I'm referring to is, and whether they're listening or not, I don't really care. That's fine. Nobody seems like they want to, not that they don't want to help and they're willing to pay them and everything, but, for people to do the emotes and the panels and all that, because we got rid of OBS, we got rid of Streamlabs. I get pissed off. I cannot handle doing and learning all this. I don't have the time. I want to just do what I do, and that ain't it. I know very little about that kind of stuff anyway, and you're trying to learn this platform, and remember, there's several of them, and I can't get the sounds to work on the emotes and everything, the Streamlabs, and I get really pissed off. So rather than breaking them, spend a lot of money to work on my home studio here. So I wanted it to be professional and good from day one. I didn't want to wait. So I belted it all out. Now, we're not going to see $1 for quite a while, and that's okay. But once we do get out of the red, I mention this every broadcast, that 50% is going to be going to charity. The second half, which is the 50%, will be split 25 and 25 percentage-wise. National Diabetes Association and the American Cancer Society are the two that I chose. Those are near and dear to my heart for personal reasons. Those are the ones that I chose. There's also St. Jude's Hospital. There's so many out there. The ASPCA. There's every charity's worthwhile of your time and your money. And some people can't, and they give what they can or whatever. I do too, in addition to trying to give to the church and do stuff, not just at Christmas time. There's people, they're like, oh, well, I did this at Christmas, and that's great. But people have to eat. The kids like to play. There's things that have to be bought. There's things that need to be done 11 other months out of the year. Now, it's great that they do it around like November, December and everything. I'm not saying that. And we're all guilty of that. But what about like April? What about July? I mean, they need stuff then too. Not something that's in the forefront of my mind, but it is something that is in the back of my mind. Anyway, I want to be able to do something that's good for the soul. And it's not always about money. You have to be able to do what you do. Like I say this every time, and I'll continue to. You have to keep going and do what you do. But if you could do something that's going to help other people, not because it'll put money in your wallet, but because it feels good to do, because you're doing a good thing for complete strangers and everything, that's the Christian way. That is the way. Now, we don't talk about politics and religion because those are controversial subjects and blah, 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 and I get that. However, it's good to give, and that's what we're going to do. Because as bad and crappy as things get for me, and a lot of people, you have to think of what's good. Think of all the good things. Concentrate on what you have and what you've attained and what you've achieved. Don't worry about what you haven't gotten to. We keep it simple here. 2 columns. Column A, once again, I do columns. I don't know. It's a Parthenon thing. Column A is everything that you need in life. And then column B, the second half, the other side, is what you want. If you could get everything that you need, or you have everything that you need, or just about, then anything that you could get over there is cake. You know what I mean? That's gravy on the other side. So maybe you have 50 things here that you need, and you have like another 100 that you'd like, but you could have maybe five of those things at any given point in time in your life. Well, that's a good thing because already have everything that you need. The other stuff is not something you need, it's something you want. But it's good to want things. Don't want people to say, oh my God, that's selfish. But why is that selfish? Look, when you pay it forward, like if you say a prayer or something and you're asking for things for other people, not yourself, that's how it goes around because they're doing the same thing for you. And that's what pay it forward really means. That is my interpretation, of how life works. It is a circle and life is a balance. I was told that a long time ago by a very special person. To me, life is a state of mind. Superior intellect comes from superior state of mind. It's up here before it comes out here, right? Keep that in mind. Whatever things that you do in life, remember that. And I'll go over the difference between working hard and working smart because a lot of times, and myself included, almost my whole life, I always worked hard. You got to work hard. You're always told that. Work hard, be resilient. Don't give up. Sometimes dead is better. No, sometimes you have to work smart. It doesn't mean you're not working hard. It means you're working smart and you're getting to the same destination. You know what I mean? The promised land. You're getting there just a little bit quicker, maybe a little bit easier. Nobody said how you had to get there. They just said you should get there, whoever they may be. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to go over that. Like I said, Tina Turner passed away today. And I'll put that up on the screen and we'll talk about that. There was some moves that were made by the Steelers today. And the Yankees have won some games. They actually have won some games. Usually they suck this time of year. Now, last year they were blowing everyone away at this time. And then August came, and then it was, my old high school team could have beaten them last year. It was so shitty. And made me feel bad. But the thing on TikTok blew up, and that was cool. We have a ton of new followers. We went from, not to brag, but we're going to anyway. We went from, I think it was 4, 5, 6, 700 something followers or whatever. Not likes, actual followers. I don't know, maybe Christmas time, maybe that was, whatever it was. And now we have almost 4,000. Now, that might not be a lot to people out there that might have a few million or hundreds of thousands. Look, TikTok was something I started like 2.5 months ago. I don't know, whatever it was, 5 months ago. And we really didn't post much stuff on there or whatever. It started to catch on. Whenever you have my lovely face on there. Almost 8,000 on Facebook, almost 8,000 on Instagram. We have 1,000 subscribers and almost 2,000 watch hours. You need 4,000. So everybody continue to watch for the next 6 years and don't stop. Don't watch anything else but the Meme Machine. Okay, thanks. And that's what we're doing on YouTube. We became an affiliate on Twitch about a month ago. And same thing with Kick. Not that, those are like that's like a hobby, both of those. That's not really something that, they're cool, but I set those aside for like the gaming part of it. And like I said, I don't do gaming, but I'm like, you know what? To get along, you go along. And that's kind of what I was doing with that stuff. So anyway, but tonight, I have some crazy emails. mememachine973@outlook.com if you want to drop us a line. It was definitely cool. Some of the emails that we got are very encouraging and everything, and stuff that we had some messages on Facebook. So that was cool. For our people that come in, we get a lot of people that are from outside of the country that are on Kick. For whatever reason, it's on Kick. And it's so cool. People from Honduras and Australia and Japan, believe it or not, Vietnam, England, Switzerland, Germany, Russia, Mexico. It's really cool. Trying to go worldwide. We had enough time trying to get our stuff down to Virginia, imagine. But that's cool. So as long as we get Iceland and Greenland, all the lands will be there. It depends. Are you a land or are you a Lee? Do you understand what I mean? Like I'm a Lee. Italy, Sicily. I'm a Lee. Some people are lands. Like Ireland, Scotland. Disneyland. Anyway, I'm going to take a break because the dad jokes are just getting too thick, and that's what she said. So I'm going to take that break, and we'll come back. We're going to go over some sports stuff. We might even spin the wheel. We'll do a little trivia if you want to do that. Venmo or Cash App, we pay automatically right then and there. It goes right to my phone. and it goes right to you. So as long as you have Cash App or Venmo, and they're like $5 and $10 questions. I'm not doing these $25 questions. And fine, well, what are you kidding me with Google and everything else? And people, no, I'm not a fool. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to stimulate the show a little bit. So anyway, um, there's supposed to be music on in the background. I am guessing that that's not working for whatever reason. Who the hell would who would do that? Like, why would you have a default? Um, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would anyone have a default for to have the music not play when it says that it would play? It's just so stupid. I don't know why. So I'm just gonna do it right with you people right here. So I hit audio, and you go back and you put the general tab. Oh yeah, it's never easy. You got to do like 16 fucking things. So it would be nice in 2023 where you have like 5 buttons. Like, do it for like an idiot like me, and just be like, okay, the green one means go, and this one means the red one means stop. No, let's have all this other crazy shit that's on. What are you kidding me? Why do you gotta cut? That's another problem that we have in this world. People overcomplicate, and things are over for no reason. You're making them complex and reading into it, reading into it, way too much. Remember Kiss? Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. We're sick. SSIK. It's like my Sharona. Anyway, you ain't seen nothing yet. All right, so we'll be back. So you can listen to absolutely nothing because it's apparently it just doesn't want to work. It's a bit, but I tell you, what works really, really well. I'm not kidding. When they bill me for the monthly stuff, clear as a bell. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. I should have did that commercial a long time ago. I should have been like the Kool-Aid guy. Oh yeah. So you hit background music. You hit one. So, okay, we'll hit future pop. And there it is. Is it playing? No. Not a piece of crap. Anyway, so you get nothing and like it, but that's just the way it goes. So I'm going to take a break like I keep saying that I'm going to. I'm going to make my bladder gladder. And we'll come back and we will. All right. Well, you know what? We'll talk about whatever you really want to talk about. Like I said, we're all over the friggin' place. With the what's your niche, meat machine? You know what it is? The fact that we don't have one is our niche. It's absolutely nuts. We're all over the goddamn place. I guess that's okay though. Because it's we're kind of bouncing around. We're kind of rediscovering ourselves. If that means anything, it's. I guess that's the way it goes sometimes, But so I'm gonna put Arnie up on the. I'm gonna put Arnie up on the screen, and that'll be Mock. This is the Meat Machine 973. You're checking us out on YouTube and Kick tonight. It is Wednesday night, May 24th, 2023. It is 9:43 in the PM Eastern Standard Time, and we will be back. So hang out, chill out with us, and we'll be back. So how'd you guys like that music? It was pretty good, right? Yeah, big shout out to Restream. A big fango de mamata to you. Unbelievable. Unless you want to talk to one of their chat bots or something like that, then they'll be happy to help you. But the only thing they really want to do, and I'm sorry to have to rip them up, but I'm not that sorry. If you want to upgrade, I already pay for the service. If you want to upgrade, they'll show you that 50 times. But God forbid there's a little bit of help. They'll send you a bunch of shit on Twitter and this and that. That's no help. And giving me a bunch of different videos to have to look at to try to get help is really not, that's not help, if you know what I mean. It's stupid. Oh, we're getting more followers on Facebook. Oh, that's nice. Not Facebook, I'm sorry, Twitter. Apparently I can't read either. So the only thing that works around here, I think, is me. But in any event, let's change some stuff around. We'll spice it up for you a little bit. Hi, Mr. Machine to you. For the ladies, you call me mean. You could call me mean. That's all right. Chicks dig me. They like my voice. I need some more. I get nervous. I'm shy. Shy by nature. I'm naughty by nature, not because I hate you. You understand how that works, right? You remember that. So, anyway, I hope you're grooving to the music because it's really not working whatsoever. I mean, but the show goes on. I talk about this all the time, but 1 second, I had some of that Mio stuff. Let me put some of that Mio stuff in here. You ever tried this stuff? Everybody and their mothers had this stuff. Mio. It's not bad. It makes water taste, not taste like water. Flavored water, whatever you want to call it. You just do that, you shake it up. There's no sugar in it, so of course it's going to taste like absolute ass, but less filling. Tastes like ass. There you go. I ditched the sunglasses, and the lady said, "Can you take your sunglasses off?" I told you chicks take me. Either that, or she's trying to get like a face peripheral or something on me, and then that's gonna be bouncing around somewhere on the internet. That's great. That's really, really nice. If I'm gonna be a public figure, I want to at least get paid for it. You know what I mean? Jeez. At least wait till I make some money. You know what I mean? The only time I sign an autograph is when I have to make a payment plan. But anyway. Well, that's another thing. So let me tell you really quick, because one of the things that I put on here, which didn't show up anywhere where I labeled it, was the fact that it's a Hump Day Hassles. So this happened yesterday, which was actually Tuesday, but we're broadcasting now. So I owed money to the IRS this year. First time in 20 years I owed, because they said, "You ready for this? That you made too much money." Really? So you need, trust me, no, I didn't. And apparently to them I did, and I was in a different bracket or whatever it was. And then things changed at the end of 2022, and that's neither here nor there. Bottom line is I owed, which I was pissed about for obvious reasons. Nobody wants to pay. You always, you get like let's say you get a few $1,000s back every year or whatever. I mean, still, that's something. It's basically, they're holding your money interest free, by the way, and they're giving it back to you. It's like finding $10 in your jeans or something out of the dryer. You're like, yeah, I got $10. No, dummy, that is your money. Just because you found it doesn't mean that it's new. It means that you actually lost it and didn't even know it because you're having a senior moment, if you want to call it. I'm sorry, but that's what it's called. I'm going to start having those once I become a senior. But anyway, so I had to call up the IRS because I made a payment plan with them, because I'm like, all right, I gave them a certain amount of money up front, and then you pay every month. They take it out of my account. It's much easier, and you have to pay to have them take your money out of the account. So rather than going and knocking on the IRS door and go, "Here you go, Mr. whatever, Uncle Sam, here's my money," or "Here's this and that, do you trust me for the rest? It's an IOU," basically. And they're like, uh-huh. So basically, I had them taken out, and it was supposed to start on, I signed the paperwork in April, prior to April 18th, which you had to have your stuff done by, and it was supposed to be taken out after the upfront money on the 18th, or I think the 15th of May. So I'm looking at my account, my statement online, and I don't see it taken out on the 15th. I'm like, okay, so I'll give it a few more days or whatever. So I check again, like two days later, 3 days later, 5 days later, nothing. So I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm thinking, yeah, I should be in a good mood. They didn't take. No, they don't forget about you. You know, until your last breath, the IRS knows who you are. Trust me, they do. And so I had to call them. You want to talk about a tightrope act? Just to be able to get a human being, I had to look online at a site and go through a bunch of sites just to figure out. They're like, we know how frustrating it is. You can't get a human being on the phone. Not that there's human beings that work there, but I'm saying a non-robot. And I had to follow all these different things of what to press and everything, and to trick the computer so that I can get a live person. So I waited about 35 minutes, no lie. This was yesterday, and I get a lady, and I tell her the whole thing. And then she goes, okay, let me transfer you over to the person you need to talk to. So they don't tell them what's going on. You go through that whole spiel, the whole thing. Why didn't you take it the money? Because I don't want to get hit with a penalty or interest and everything like that because you didn't take it out. I'm calling the IRS and telling them, please take my money, please screw me, but just gently with Vaseline. So I have to wait another, maybe about 15 minutes, and I finally get another lady. She was real nice. I don't give her name or whatever. You know, they're very professional. You know, ID number 148. It's like a cyborg. And so the lady was cool about it. And she's like, oh, well, it takes like 6 weeks after you do the thing for them to take it. I'm like, well, I got paperwork from the IRS mailed to my residence confirming it. Nope. It takes a little bit longer than that, but don't worry, the interest will still be running until they take it out. So that's cool. Yeah, please take your time. So I actually had to call the IRS to ask why they didn't take my money, not why are they. And anyway, she helped me out with it. She said, okay, they're going to do that, and let's reduce it by this much per month, just to help you out a little bit. And there's a fee to change the amount. Yeah, there's a fee because the government is hurting, apparently, you know, because we need to make more bombs and shit. There's a fee to change the amount. But it was her idea. Well, waive it. So she did. And so it'll be the regular amount sometime soon, but it might not even come out yet. So basically, you always got to make sure you have enough money to cover it in your account because you have no fucking idea when the government's going to stick their hand in there and rear their ugly head. And then it should start working regularly by June, but maybe not until July. Maybe not. That's like saying, well, how long do I have to live? And they say, well, you're going to die, but when? Soon. What the fuck does that mean? Is that like real soon? Like in the next 5 minutes? Soon, like in the decade? Soon. I love that. That is the most nondescript. What the hell does that even mean? When am I up? Oh, you're coming up soon. Just give me a time. That's why we have time, right? So just say 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. No, soon. All right. You know what I'm going to pay the IRS? You guessed it. Soon. Anyway, that's just another hassle that I had to deal with yesterday. And like I said, I don't know if you people are going through similar things or stuff that I you know, I'm sure we all do, you know what I mean? Like when you go to the store and everything's expensive. Now I'm talking about like the supermarket or the market, whatever you call, I guess people call it different. We call it the supermarket. So here it's like ShopRite and, you know, whatever. I know out west they have like Albertsons and Ralph's, and I've been, it's the same shit, really. So here we have like Stop and Shop and ShopRite. So anyway, you go there and you're going to buy the same amount of food that you've always done, the same things, right? The same brands, probably. You know what I mean? You stick with what works and what you like, and your kids like it or whatever. You're not getting any more food or items, let's say, on the belts than you normally do, give or take, depending on the situation. It's not a holiday, you know. But it's like 35% more. So it's more money for the same shit. I'm going to give you an example. Like a thing of water. Now, we could drink our faucet water. Water isn't that bad here or whatever, but I prefer it for my coffee maker and to make the ice cubes and even sometimes my plants, if you could believe it, because I love my plants. And I need all the oxygen I can get, apparently. So just a thing of water. Subtle changes. Went from a jug of water, like spring water. It could be like store brand. Not like, you know, whatever the hell it is. What is it? Poland Spring. Whatever this shit is. I kind of like Nestle Pure Life. When they did the testing a long time ago, where they did the alkaline in it, it's like yellow, it looks like piss, and then it gets better, it looks like less like piss. One of them looked purple, like it was a fucking vampire that pissed it or something. Anyway, that one is good. It's a good one. It's a good water. Nestle Pure Life. It's probably the only thing that Nestle makes that's good. Other than Nestle Quik, but I can't have that. I'm diabetic. Even if I could have it, I wouldn't have that. But I used to like Nestle Quik back in the day. I used to like Ovaltine. Remember Ovaltine? And it was a distinct sound. It was in a glass jar, like a glass thing, and that aluminum lid used to make that, and you heard it, and you got all excited, like that sound. It was like the same thing with the old Hellman's mayonnaise. Remember, it was that same kind of sound that it would make. And no, I'm not that old. I wasn't around when there was a milkman and shit. And and you leave a sign that says no cheese. No, I'm just saying I missed that part. I wasn't born for that, but or I wasn't around for that. Anyway, you're buying these things. So it's a regular thing of water, 79 cents. Then it went to 89 cents. Then it went to 99 cents. Now it's like $1.43 for just the and it's like 10 cents less than like the name brand one. Now you might not say, "Wow, that's not that big a deal." So what? It's only 50 cents. Yeah, it adds up. Trust me, it does. And that's not a subtle uptick, if or whatever you want to call it. That is a big uptick. That what is that? 40% or something. And it's not just that. It's just the same stuff. A package of hot dogs, let's say, the same one that's $4.99 is now $6.99. Eggs. Just a few months ago, what are you shitting me? What is this? The Golden Hen? The fucking eggs were like $16, and it was leading up towards Easter. I thought we were gonna have to color potatoes and shit. I didn't know what was going. Even canned stuff. I don't really buy a lot of canned food. As far as like vegetables, though, I prefer the frozen or the fresh. I do. Even that stuff, the stuff that was 39, 49, 59 cents, you could forget about it. You're not going to find anything for that. Now, even the cheapest one is like the name brand one, or the ShopRite brand or whatever, the no frills. Is like $1.19. That doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're buying 20 of them and you go twice a week, it does add up. I'm telling you. Gas is too much. No, it went down. Everybody's happy that it's in the 2s and 3s. That still sucks. You're just not getting screwed as hard as when it was $4.55. So it feels great, like buy one get one free, where they raise the price of the first item, and you think you're getting the second one for free. No, you're paying for it. You're paying a little less, and you're probably getting two when you only wanted one anyway. Oh, but it's buy one get one free. They're not stupid. They're not going to give away stuff, and that goes for any place. They jack up the price very subtly on the first one, and then you're buy one get one free. BOGO. Because it sounds really cool. I get screwed, but it's okay. It was BOGO Day. Yeah, okay. BOGO, first of all, is bullshit. It sounds like a clown's name. What the fuck is that? BOGO. And we're going to go over again part 2 of the my bad thing. I'm going to pistol whip the next person that does something stupid and says my bad and think that absolves them and everything. I swear to God. It really what happened to, what, I'm sorry. Not my bad. Oh, my bad. Oh, really? I just ran over your dog with my car. My bad. It doesn't work. You can't insert that word because of your idiocy. It doesn't work for me, and it doesn't work. And I know there's a lot of people who might not give a shit about it, but there's a lot of people that are like me, whether you admit it or not. If you think about it and you go, yeah, that is kind of bullshit. You know what I mean? Oh, your wife was on life support. Yeah, I accidentally knocked the plug out of the wall. My bad. It does not work. Don't say it. Knock that shit off. It doesn't work in this day and age where everybody's offended. I don't want to offend anyone. Actually, I prefer to do that if I can. You know what I mean? Tissues are supposed to be soft, not people. Stop it and knock the shit off and stop saying my bad. Apologize or I'm so sorry, or be genuine. Don't be just sympathetic. Be empathetic. Just all of it. Just some common courtesy and a little bit of common sense. Stressing the word common because it's pretty much uncommon nowadays. But that's just me being me, though. Like I said, it's like Hump Day Hassles, all this bullshit. Anyway, so Tina Turner passed away. But before I get to that, why the fuck is it so cold in 7-Eleven? Now, if you don't have a 7-Eleven where you are, maybe it's Quick Check here in Jersey. We have Quick Check, and we have Wawa, and you probably have Circle K and In-N-Out. What's the place out in California we went to? Not In-N-Out. AM/PM or whatever the hell it is. Why is it always so fucking cold in there? They don't even need refrigeration. Just put the drinks out on the tables or whatever. It's so fucking cold, they'll be frozen. It's good in the summer when girls are wearing white t-shirts. But still, you get my point. It gets a little bit nipply. You know what I mean? Why is it so cold in there? What the fuck is it with these people? What is this? It's like friggin'. First of all, you go in and it's outside. It's like balmy. It's like Tatooine, the friggin' Star Wars, and then it's Planet Hoth when you walk inside. You're fucking freezing. And you need a jacket just to go in there. Maybe I'm getting old, like I need a jacket or something like that. But yeah, I'm a righty and I wear my watch on my left hand. I mean, is that old school? I don't know. I get too much going on with my right hand because I'm a righty. I don't need to be looking at my watch. I'll punch myself in the face. I have a big nose. I can't do that. What's the matter with these people? 30 below in there. Oh, would you like a Frosty? No, I can't. I'm too numb to pay you to reach for my wallet. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just where I go. At least it's better than the guy. The one lady, I'm sorry, there's a lady, and she's there all the time, and she always asks, what time are you open until? What the fuck do you think they call it 7-Eleven for? Ugh. It should be 9-11. As in 911. As in, it's an emergency that you're so stupid that you need a lobotomy. Like they always said, I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. Some of these people, though, man, they're out there like fucking Pluto. I kid you not. I mean, you know the people I'm talking about. Like, once again, the lady in the dollar store. How much is this? I got 2 of them. Well, I guess it's $2, bitch. What the fuck? Don't forget about the 7% sales tax. If you don't know that by now, you know what I mean? Call me and I'll hit you with a tack hammer. It's ridiculous. Should we even spin the wheel? I don't know if I could even handle it tonight. It's fucking agita. You understand agita? It's like right up here. I'm up to here with this. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Fucking idiots. So the Steelers made some moves and everything, but looks like the Yankees were winning. I don't know if they've blown the game by now. You never know with them. Anyway. And I was telling people in that TikTok video, the one that I posted, it's on our Twitter page right now. It's all of the handle is the same on all of our social platforms. It's at Mean Machine, one word, Mean Machine 973. Don't forget about the 973. Some other jerk off comes up, from like, I don't know, New Guinea or something. I don't know. That's not us. You'll see the evil smiley face or whatever. So anyway, you can follow us on Twitter and you can follow us on Facebook or TikTok. We're getting a lot of people on there. Obviously, people smashing that subscribe button on YouTube really helps the channel, and it helps me continue to do what I'm doing, which is fucking things up twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So if you like that, I'd like to put something out there where it says, inspiring and riveting and ahead of its time, and then I'm going to put on right below it. These are all words that do not describe this show. Just do it that way. But I do the best that I can with it. But I keep going, no matter what's going on. Audio problems, video problems, mental problems. You know what I mean? If you're crazy and you know it, shake your meds. That's the way I live my life. It's the way we roll. I keep going, no matter what. So I'm going to look up. I had it up there. Apparently, it has vanished. So. And man, this really gets. All right, so no, not Tina Fey. All right, so let me share my screen with you real quick. So I'm going to share this with you. So I pulled up something. This is just right off of Microsoft. Right off of for you to see, and apparently. Isn't that working now? What the hell? I swear to God. You gotta undo that and undo that. Okay, there we go. Look, I got smaller. Yeah. So it says here. Tina Turner died. She was 83 years old. So she was she really is was a music icon. It says she's an American-born, or was. I'm sorry, I'm talking past tense now because I'm sorry. I don't mean to be disrespectful. Tina Turner was an American-born and naturalized Swiss singer, songwriter, dancer, actress, and author. Widely referred to as the Queen of Rock and Roll, she rose to prominence. Let's see here. As the lead singer of the Ike and Tina Turner Revue, before launching a successful career as a solo performer. And boy, did she. In the 80s and everything. She was, you couldn't walk into like a friggin' photo mat back then, or whatever it was. You walk into a gym, you walk into a store, anything. There was always "What's Love Got to Do with It?" or "Private Dancer." That was actually a good song. You know what I mean? I liked her style. She was like a tough chick. You know what I mean? And I kind of liked that. That was nice. She had a horrible life, and she got pregnant at like 18. I mean, and then obviously with Ike, when he was doing blow and just like using her as a punching bag and everything else that happened there. But and there was a good movie. Angela Bassett was in it. I did not remind me because I saw it on there. Played the role. I think it was called Love. What's Love Got to Do with It? I don't remember when it came out. It was quite old, probably 20 years ago. Good movie though, if you haven't seen it. It's rough to watch though because this poor lady went through so much shit. Tina Turner's real name, she was born as Anna Mae Bullock on November 26th. Wow, she was born on the same day as my dad. November 26th in Brownsville, Tennessee, the youngest daughter of Floyd Richard Bullock and his wife Zelma Priscilla. Yeah, she started in nightclubs, and she had her early solo career was from like 76 to 83. And she would go on like TV and everything. And then when MTV started, I'm not reading this, I'm just telling you, that once MTV started, which was August of 81, I remember that. And it was like, I think her big breakout song was What's Love Got to Do with It? But you got to see these people. You know what I mean? It was videos now. It wasn't just hearing them on the radio. It was, back then, that's all you had was radio. And now, they had MTV and there was videos and it was really cool. I mean, remember when MTV actually used to play videos and not this other bullshit, the Jersey Shore. Has nothing to do with Jersey other than it's in South Jersey, which we don't even consider Jersey here in North Jersey because their food sucks compared to ours. It's Taylor ham. Stop it. It's not pork roll. It's Taylor ham, and it is not a hoagie. It's a hero or a sub. And it's not pop. It's soda. It's not a sofa. It's a couch. Stop it. Jesus. Really drive me nuts. Does it say Club Pop on the bottle? No. It says Club Soda. Stop saying it's pop. Pop is like your grandfather or like popcorn or like a zit. That's it, man. I mean, pop. Let me have some pop. I punched someone right in the face. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Anyway. So, yeah. She, and I didn't even realize. I saw it came up in the feed like around 2 o'clock. Maybe this happened at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It went on the Associated Press. I found that around 4 o'clock. I know she was sick. She had like kidney problems, other stuff, but I guess it says here Tina Turner has won 12 Grammy Awards, sold out live shows that have been seen by millions, selling more concert tickets than any other solo performer in music history. I didn't know that. She has won a dozen Grammy Awards and got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I actually saw it when I was out in California years ago and became the first black artist and first woman to appear on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. How about that? Didn't know that. That's a little tidbit. We're talking pop culture right now, right? That's pretty cool. People thought that Tina Turner was injured at the time of her performance. An actor who rolled as Tina Turner's sister was injured by stepping on Broadway. I guess she got hit. I don't know. It says, what is the most iconic song of Tina Turner? And the choices they put are Proud Mary, What's Love Got to Do with It, The Best, and River Deep, Mountain High. For me, I mean, everybody's different, a different time period and everything. I mean, Proud Mary was good. Rolling, but that wasn't my favorite one. Simply the Best was a good one. Better than all the rest. That's pretty good. But for me, I'll always remember her, the 1984 one, I believe it was, that What's Love Got to Do with It. I liked the song Private Dancer. I mentioned that earlier. She had like one of those, I mean, she had that, like that kind of, not Kim Carnes voice and not kind of, it was just different. It wasn't raspy, but it was just like it seemed like she was not struggling, but it seemed like it was coming from her soul, not just her lungs. I mean, that was the way that she was very. I liked her. I thought, it's definitely a huge loss losing a lady like that. and she had been through a lot, but you know what? She overcame all of it, and now she's gone now. So anyway, that's that. As far as covering that for tonight, but yeah, that's it. So just in case you just tuned in or whatever, yeah, Tina Turner, iconic singer, passed away this afternoon, the age of 83. So rest in peace, Tina. She was pretty awesome. Yeah, she was in Switzerland at the time. So anyway, that was. I just wanted to go over that because I felt that when someone like that's that famous or whatever, and that we all know, I think that it deserved a little bit of coverage there from me, and a little bit of attention from us. So anyway, rest in peace, Tina. We'll probably take another break in a few minutes, but like I said, I wanted to take a quick shout out to the people that I obviously don't know everyone by name, but I mean the amount of subscribers that we have, that we just hit 1,000 and we're still going, and on YouTube, and people that actually, it helps us a lot. It's not just the subscribing. When you watch the shorts or the videos, not the whole 4-hour broadcast or anything like that, unless of course you want to. Nobody should have to suffer through that other than me. But the more that you watch on there, like time and everything, that helps us. The little likes, when you hit the like under the videos or whatever, tremendous amount of help. It kind of jiggles around and stimulates the algorithm, and it pushes our stuff out there. See, when you're trying to get an audience, or and you're doing your thing or whatever, you're not going to your audience. The algorithm on YouTube and other ones that are very similar are bringing content and people to you. You're not going to them. I don't know if anyone knows that, or I'm sure there are a lot of people that do, and some that don't. That's how it works. It's not taking your content and pushing it out there. It's taking the people and pushing it to your content. That's kind of the way it works, unless I'm completely wrong, but I don't think I am. That's the way that works. So anyway, I wanted to say a heartfelt thank you, because there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of, not just the money, the unknown. It's a jungle out there. And you're doing your thing. And some nights are good and some are not, and it's one disaster after another, and it still continues to hemorrhage money and everything, but we still keep going. You know why? Deep desire. Life is a state of mind, and I am resilient, and I'm going to rivet everything. I'm going to be resilient. I'm going to be as resourceful as I possibly can, and put together, like I said, we're pivoting all over the place. It's sports, it's movies, it's music, it's serious stuff sometimes. Sometimes it's goofy shit. You know what I mean? I act like a maniac one day and a lunatic the next. You know what I mean? For God's sake, I did a yo mama joke the other day. What the fuck was I thinking? But you know what? I'm trying to have fun. I am going to have fun. So the people that like that kind of thing, and my salty sense of humor, whatever you want to call it, my gravelly voice, whatever the case may be, or they just need $10 so bad that they want to play trivia and win. Great, fine, fantastic, beautiful. Whatever the case may be. You have many choices out there. If you choose us for summer part of your evening on Wednesdays and Saturday nights, completely cool with me, and I thank you. Because there is a lot of choices, and that's time in your life that you will never get back. So if you decide to spend some of that with the me machine, my hat's off to you. And for those that are trying to do the same thing, or have done it, that have been successful like me, and are trying to get back to it again, and for those that have never done it before, that are apprehensive and not sure what to do, and others that completely different niche, they could be doing finance, they could, whatever their thing is. You're already a winner in my books. I salute those people. You know what? Like the song says, baby, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. And we do. We want to rock. Anyway, so I wanted to thank all the new subscribers that we did get, and the followers that we get, and the people that smashed the like button for us on Facebook, on Twitter, all the followers and everything. It takes a lot. It's not just the advertising. It's the deep desire, which I have, to be able to get myself back out there again. It's like wilderness. I hadn't done it since 2012, and things have obviously changed a lot. It would take like 5 people to do what we're doing right now. One guy with a camera, another guy sitting on a cardboard box trying to maneuver it, the tripod guy, the guy with the grip, and please, it would be nuts. You know what I mean? So but people are still people, and isn't that cool? Want me to do it again? I'll do it again. Yeah, we're down to these type of gimmicks. Can you believe it? It's Wednesday night. Anyway, I can actually change my background. So, what do you guys want? You want let me change my background a little bit. Ooh, maybe I can position my head right there. I am not a crook. Brr. Yeah, I'm feeling cool. Yeah, I don't think the medication is working anymore. Um, it doesn't for me. So, you want to see the real meme machine? Here's the real meme machine. There he is, Mean Joe, baby, our namesake. Love that guy. Guy was awesome, absolutely awesome. Mean Joe Green. Let me move out of the way a little bit. So you can see him. Anyway, then you got these two idiots. How's it going? Pretty good. Anyway, I could just blur my background. Anyway, so that's what we had doing on. And now the other night I went over for all the gamers that are out there that do listen to my content and the different things. I appreciate that because that's a new thing for me too. All right, it's a new thing for me too. Let me just check that out there. And I wanted to say, because let's see, can you guys hear me? No, I seen the lights and the mic weren't working. Like I said, it's one friggin' thing after another, but you got to keep going on. That's how it works. Got to keep going. I mean, I'm doing stuff like in trying to figure out what happened here and why is this not working. But as I'm talking to you, easier said than done. Let me tell you, my friends, it's not easy. Having to do that and coming up with different things to say and think. I can spin the wheel and everything. I'm not Vanna White here, but you know what I mean. I would like to buy a vowel, and that would be because I didn't know that you're going to have to do this and do that and all these other things. But I'm Italian, so we have plenty of vowels in my name. So, I have plenty to sell. I should probably just sell them and retire. Instead of Eye of the Tiger, it's a die or retire. Isn't that how that works? I don't know. Anyway, so we don't have to keep it like that. I've always personally, I always thought it was cool to have, to be able to interchange and talk about different subjects at different times and everything. But let me get to before I take my next break, I promised people that I would talk about real quickly, have my little meme machine phenomenon things where it's, the three groups of people and the stuff to be successful and that type of thing. And because I have been, and I'm going to be again, but I'm on my way. Here's the thing, working hard versus working smart. All right, now you've probably heard that before, or different people in different walks of life. I mean, it's not so. How could I explain this? So that in layman's terms, let's say you walk to work every day. You don't have a car. Your car's broken down or whatever, and you're working a 9-to-5 job, or you're working a steel mill, or whatever it is that you do. And you're trying to take care of yourself, make a living, and take care of your family and the things that a man or a woman would be doing, because there's a lot of single moms out there. There's a lot of single dads, and there's a lot of nuclear family. There's all different types, and God bless you. You know what I mean? I salute those people. I commend you for getting up when you don't want to. For me, that's like every day. But when you don't want to, and you go out and you do what you have to do to provide and take care of yourself and your family. There is nothing that I hold that I can think of right now that I hold in higher regard than that. Been there, done that, continue to do it. As a parent, as a son, as a brother, as an uncle, or whatever, whatever you have going on in your life. But here's the thing. So you walk because you don't have the, whatever, and maybe you take an Uber or Lyft to work, or you take the bus, or whatever, and you go, and then you work all day, and you work hard, right? And you're doing everything. And then you have to do that in reverse, and you come home. You're leaving when it's dark out, and you're coming home when it's dark out, and you're
and walking with your lunch pail. I'm just using, like, and I'm not giving you the working class hero thing. I'm just saying that I'm giving as an example of working hard, working smart. You could be in an office building as white collar and working your ass off and working hard, but I'm just using this as an example. So you're doing that, but and so you could say, well, I'm working hard. I'm doing what I have to do, and I'm putting in the hours, and I've worked 20 hours of overtime so I can put food on the table and make ends meet and everything. I get it. I've done it. I do it. And so do millions of other Americans. But that's working hard. Here's my opinion, my version of working smart. You spend a few bucks and you take the bus or an Uber, or you get your car fixed, maybe get a little loan or whatever, and you drive to work. So you're not as tired because you don't have to walk to and from work. Okay? And when you get there, you're compiling your stuff and you're trying to prepare the night before for the next day, not for the day. Like before you leave. That's smart. It's making it, as you're going forward, making it a little bit easier. And then you drive home, or you get a ride home. You don't have to prove how tough you are or whatever because you're going to walk home. Get a bus pass, do whatever you have to do. I've done that too. I didn't always have a couple of bucks. Trust me. I ate my doorstop once. You know what that means? When we were in Florida, we had no money and we had no food. Me, my cousin, and one other friend. And this is back in like 1995, I think, whatever. And we had just gone to Florida. And we had a coconut that was keeping our door open to the hotel room. It wasn't much of a hotel. It was kind of just bullshit. And just whoever felt like just wandering in and having a beer with us type of thing. It was right on the beach at the time. In Fort Lauderdale. We got hungry. Eventually, you run out of beer and you actually get hungry. All right? This is before I wasn't married. I didn't have kids. None of that stuff back then. And we got hungry and we had no money. We had zero money. Now, I had just gotten a job DJing at like a shitty nightclub or whatever, just to, like, during the day. They actually are busy during the day. It was like a strip club or whatever. I got whatever job I could get. Hadn't gotten paid yet. Went down there with only a certain amount of money, but it went fast. Beer's expensive. And so was hard liquor. And that's when Jägermeister came out. So I don't remember much of that year. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, or I can't think about it, I believe the 90s were sponsored by Budweiser. How many of you feel that way? But in any event, got hungry, and so we had no food. And we didn't want to steal it and stuff like that. I mean, like, one guy was like buying a pack of cigarettes or something. Meanwhile, the other guy was like filling his pocket because there wasn't cameras and shit back then, and they had like, he was taking like Reese's peanut butter cups or whatever because we were starving. We were hungry. Anyway, I'm not okaying it. I'm not, condoning it. I'm just saying that's what happened. And we came back and we smashed a coconut in half. I cut it up. And my cousin broke it, and I cut it up, and we were hitting it with hammers and shit, and we're drunk. So naturally, the best thing to do is to walk around with a hammer at 2 a.m. because that's cool. Didn't Sling Blade do that shit? Anyway, we broke it open. Don't drink the water that's in there. I don't care. It's supposed to be like, oh, it's so good, like in the movie. What was the movie? Wilson. Castaway or whatever. Don't drink that shit. It's instant diarrhea. I'll get to that later, or I won't. And we ate the coconut. That was our doorstop. So what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way is working hard and working smart. And I eventually got paid, and and that was in June of that year. By September 21st or something, I was managing the club that I had started in. I was 24 years old. So maybe getting a ride back and forth or doing what you have to do or spending a few bucks just to make it a little bit easier on you. Maybe your back doesn't hurt and your feet won't hurt or whatever, and you go back home, whatever. That's being smarter. So you're still working just as hard, but you could be working smarter and still getting the same things done. And you're, the sunshine and rainbows and all that crap. Forget about that. This is real life we're talking about. So working hard will only get you so far. You have to work smart, because that's what's sustainable. You could get to the same end of the road, the same destination, your final destination, whatever that is, but you could do it maybe laterally. Doesn't have to be a big drop, and that's smarter. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm not dumb either. And I have life experience. And I say it all the time. I haven't been here a long time doing this, but I'm here for a good time. And I don't want to get too hot and heavy with different subjects and not trying to keep it dark or anything like that. But I just feel the need to get stuff like that off because I know that there's a lot of people, there's got to be, that feel the same way that I do about certain things, whether it's life or whatever it is. Not just, oh, I like the Steelers too. Man, we have a lot in common. I'm talking about like the everyday grind that we call life. And they say it's a gift, and that's why they call it the present. And then other people go, well, death is the best. That's why they save it for last. And the only difference is we all know we're going to die. We just don't know when. I don't know if I had the choice if I would want to know when. Because that's all you would be thinking about, right? Holy shit. And I got 6 hours left. I got to go and jump on that chick, and I'm going to rob this store. Because fuck it. I'm going to be done. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about it's better to not know, I think. Right? I'm guessing you will have to agree with that. Anyway, it's hump day and things are weird. We're only in the month of May. And 2023 seems to be going slow, and then at the same time, it seems like it's going really fast. So I don't know if you agree with me on that, but I certainly feel that way. Anyway, I'm going to take a break, and you can not listen to music because we don't have any. And when I get back, we could talk about stuff. So, we could do some trivia if you guys want to, but like I said, we don't have the toll-free number is not activated on Wednesday night. It's usually on Saturday nights when we're on satellite radio. So, you would have to type in the chat. Now, the only chats that we have that are public that you could actually type and we will be able to do trivia, and I'll spin the wheel that I have behind me over there. I'll change the background. Is on YouTube, at Me Machine 973. We're on there right now live, or Kick, which is at Me Machine 973 as well. That's our handle on everything. So follow us on Twitter is the best way. If you don't have Twitter, then obviously Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all those good things. But Twitter is the one that I'm on every day. I'm always posting stuff. And we're going to be doing trivia about music tonight or whatever. This is what we're going to be doing, and updates and everything, because it's a lot easier to just put a tweet out there rather than going to Facebook and then Instagram, and then you got to go through meta business. It's a pain in the balls, trust me. Now, I do gaming stuff, even though I'm not a gamer. I keep saying that. And I do that on Mondays and Thursday nights. So tomorrow night, if you're on Twitch, which at Me Machine 973, you'll see me play Madden on there. And I got my Steelers team, and I have a Legends team. And it's fun. And there's a lot of people that I know, and then a lot of new people, a lot of people I don't know. They subscribe, they follow, they talk to me. I talk to them. I'm not above and beyond, oh, well, I'm a public figure, and I can't, it's beneath me. I can't talk to you. No, I don't feel that way at all. I'm the same way. If I'm signing 50 autographs, say, I'm not Stallone or something like that, but I'm saying, if it ever got to that point where I'm still just a regular old, I'm just a regular guy from Jersey. What the fuck are you looking at state? You know where we are. We're wedged in between New York and I don't know. What's the other state down there? Does Delaware still exist? I don't even know where are we? I don't know. There's a lot of pizza and bro. By the way, tonight's over-under for me saying bro is 3.5. So if I were you, I would take the over on that one because I already said it once. You know what I mean, bro? That's 2. So take the over on that one. The odds are against me winning on that. If you do want to partake in the trivia, I'll do movies, music, sports, whatever. I like Super Bowl trivia. I like movie quotes. I like, but it could be anything. We could talk about the NBA. Whatever's on your mind. You have a beef about something or someone. You want to talk about that Tina Turner passed away. If you would prefer to not talk about anything and I'll just do the talking, that's cool too. We can do that too. It's up to you. Well, we know that. I don't know. Do they try to? And I'll tell you about the the censor thing that they tried with me. They didn't try with me. The bullshit letter I got from Twitch or whatever. And it was the worst. It was in parentheses, like they're talking to a little kid that said, and anything else that our algorithm didn't catch. Really? I didn't even do anything that's like that, but that's why you don't hear AC/DC and all this. I don't know how these people get away with it. I don't need it, but they are all over me. Especially on YouTube or Facebook, they will shut you down quick. Twitch, apparently, they only care about if I do something wrong, but everyone else, it's okay. And I kid you not. And I have proof because I could show the tape of what it was. These people are blowing lines and they're smoking and all the like weed, which I'm sure is okay now, but it doesn't seem appropriate to be on TV or whatever, Twitch, whatever. And they're playing the game. Personally, I don't give a shit. I kind of implore you to do that. I mean, I commend you for it. I encourage it. But it doesn't seem fair. And they're taking music requests. I can't even play elevator music without them getting, they're up my ass with a mining light. But you know what? Once I have my FCC license renewed, they can just jerk me off with their lips. I swear to God, I've had enough of that. And so I have it. I'm going to post it with a big middle finger and be like, it's not Thanksgiving, but here's your bird. That's pretty much it, because it's annoying. It's hard enough and enough obstacles that you have to go through when you restart, starting back out. And they're just busting your balls about everything. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm David Lee Roth. You know what I mean? I have one little thing in the background where they jump on you. And you know why? You would think they would be flattering. You're getting airtime that's like free advertising. No, they want their pound of flesh. They want money. And Twitch don't give a rat's ass about you and your safety and everything. They don't want to get sued. That's what it's about. You know what I mean? Like when banks send something in your card, we were checking it for suspicion of fraud. They don't give a shit about that. They care about chargeback, so it would cost them money. That's what they don't care about us. Don't let them. I know people in the banking industry. Do you know they make more money per capita? They make more money on over limit fees and late fees than they do on actually mortgage interest. Now that was a few years ago. If it's right, it's up. But this is the same. I feel bad for the banks that went to the government and bitched and moaned back in the day and cried like little bitches and got the law changed so that you can't write off interest that the bank charges you on your taxes. That's how much of a bitch fest that they do. Banking sucks. Think about any bank. When was the last time you went, this bank is really good? You're lying. Stop it. They're not. You know what I mean? I could go off on a tangent about T-Mobile, how much they're another lollipop in my life that just doesn't stop sucking. I swear to God, I can't even get the phone though. It's a brand new phone, and my Wi-Fi works better. And this 5G bullshit. What does the G stand for? Got to try? I don't know, but it doesn't even work that well. But once again, the bill comes in and fits like a glove. It's on time every time, and the internet ain't down in Verizon or anything else with Fios, where it starts to do this and that. Not the day you get your bill, baby. I got mine on a Sunday afternoon, clear as a bell. Thank God, because multi-million-dollar businesses need my money on time, damn it. You could save $10 a month if you go on auto pay. Right. And I will. How about you just make the bill a little bit fucking cheaper? You know what I mean? They realize that they can raise it up because everyone's saying screw you to cable companies, and if you haven't already, then you should, because they've been raping people for years. Freaking, I swear to God, it should be a crime what they did. That's why you want to feel bad for the cab companies like Medallion and everything went out of business and they're doing really bad because of Uber. You know what? Uber kind of sucks too, and so does Lyft. But you know what? There's a lot more of them, and actually I've used them several times, and it wasn't that bad. It was cheaper, and we're trying to leave MetLife Stadium. It was after a Jet game a couple of years ago, and there was cabs everywhere, and I'm like, why are we standing in this gigantic line of people? Because nobody wanted to take the cab because they wanted like $50-$60, and the Uber that was coming was $25, and the guy pulled up in a fucking Mercedes. What could be better than that? Oh no, I'd rather be in a smelly fucking disgusting with candy and all this other bullshit, and they don't clean it, and fucking I can't pronounce the guy's name because there's nothing but consonants on the thing. I have no idea who he is, and it stinks in there, and they refuse to put the air on. You know what I mean? The little air freshener is not cutting it, bro. I said it again. And so they want to use, up their gas, so they won't put the air on, and it sucks. So screw the can companies. They had a monopoly on all of us for many, many years. So don't feel too bad. Let me try this background. Look at that. I'm gonna lay down. Oh my God. What will they come up with next? will they come up with next, I say. Anyway, going to take a quick break here. Let's change cameras. Oh, how you doing? You decide what you guys want to talk about when I get back, because I've been doing all the talking here. Time for me to listen a little bit. That's what I've always been told. Anyway, wanted to thank once again. We have people that are coming in on YouTube right now and on Kick, and I appreciate it. You can type in the chat. I will speak back to you. I don't ignore anybody. And if I skipped over you or I didn't see it because I'm watching different things, my apologies. It's not done purposely. I am doing many things at the same time, like changing the light scheme. Alexa, turn second light blue. Because I'm feeling a little blue. Alexa's my girlfriend. She's short and round, and she's really cool. All right. So I will be back in a few. We're going to hit the thing that says music, but we know that doesn't work. But that's cool. But if I even hum a copyrighted song, they'll jump all over me. So this is my middle finger to them to say, you know what? Then we're going to have absolute silence. You guys don't own silence yet, right? Because I'm sure they're trying to charge for air as well. Yeah. You need to have 4,000 hours of that. Right, but I can't play a goddamn thing in the background. I don't know. We'll go check that out later on. Anyway, we'll leave you with Shirley. All right, we'll be back. You're listening to the Meme Machine. We're having some fun. It's Hump Day. It's Wednesday night here on the East Coast. It is 10:39 in the p.m., May 24th, 2023. I am your host, the Meme Machine. And we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for being here, by the way. And if you didn't hump anyone yet, you should. Hopefully not a stranger, but I'm just saying. We'll be right back. All right. Good to go. All right, so we're back. But someone said, "Well, we can barely see you." So we're gonna do Alexa, turn second light white. See, but now I need my sunglasses. I see better for better night vision. Anyway, I had gotten some emails earlier in the week, or a little bit over the weekend, and I wasn't going to even mention this until Saturday night's broadcast when we're on satellite radio, but we are streaming right now, so I might as well mention it now. And I got this idea I thought about it a little bit, but it came in more it was more relevant when sometimes when a close friend or relative or sometimes both, when they say something, and they bring it to the forefront of your mind and everything. And it was a great idea. So I'm going to give a shout out to my friend Jeannie. So she might be watching or listening or both. And Jeannie, thank you very much. Grew up with her. I love her. She's awesome. And she's really down to earth. And I like her. Tough chick. Doesn't take any shit. Very pretty girl. And I've known her since I was 8 years old. And she came up with an idea. And she said, well, you could use the help as far as learn the emotes and all, like the electronic aid. I wouldn't even say the electronic, just like the stuff that you do on Twitch and with all the panels and the emotes and all the things that fucking aggravate me. That if I had the actual time and I have the aptitude, I don't have the time to do. And to maybe, to help me with the difference, I'm trying to run like 6 platforms at the same time, different software, Streamlabs, OBS, this and that, Restream, everything but DuckDuckGo pretty much. And there's a lot of people that, younger than me that grew up knowing this stuff from day one. And some are good and some are getting good, and some, college students, even high schoolers, but college students specifically, where they need to have stuff on their resume and they need like a like a startup point, some kind of launching pad to get them the experience that they need and to be able to show off their their skills and their craft and everything and actually do something. So the thought that I was thinking and that I was it was brought up to my attention by my friend Jeannie was why not give out a couple of internships? They get what they want. It gets on, that they're going to be part of a radio show and that they are helping with social platforms and doing the different things. Because I want to concentrate on what I do. That's announcing, that's DJing, that's broadcasting, that's coming up with content, that's doing all the things plus the regular business that I run during the week. So I thought it would be fair to maybe, and obviously it should be local because we're here in Jersey. So I was thinking maybe Montclair State, maybe Seton Hall, places like that, Montclair State, Bluefield College. There's a whole bunch of different ones, but keep in mind that that doesn't necessarily mean, because this is done remotely, you're not going to be coming to my studio and doing it at the first. When we set that up and we have all the other mics hooked up and everything, which we have, and then we'll have guests and we'll have all that stuff done. That's coming in the future. Also with the merchandising and the meme machine, the black shirts and the sweatshirts, like what we used to have. All that, the little koozies for the summertime, all that's in the works. Talking to MTV Studios to see if we can talk to the agent that works with Mike Judge, so we can try to get I think we're Beavis and Butthead, actually the real Beavis and Butthead, actually call into the Beat Machine show. We have a lot of things, and you don't want to miss that because that's going to be something that's been a long time coming. It's going to be really, it's going to be fun. But little things like that, some local comics, and then a bunch of hot chicks, because that worked for Barstool, right? You ever notice it? And they're like, no, it's not clickbait. This one guy's trying to defend Portnoy. And I know who the guy is. He's been to my hometown, and he gave my favorite pizzeria like one of the highest ratings ever, and that's great and everything. I don't know why he's qualified to do that, but you know what? He's not a bad guy. I've seen him on TV and everything, and he's cool, for the most part. But you ever go on to Facebook or YouTube or any of that, and you see a short or reel, it's always nothing to do with sports. It's always like Hooters, girls, and shit. And I'm just a fucking kind of idiot that I would, oh, hell yeah, I want to see what this chick looks like. Boom. That's called clickbait. So sex sells, and I understand that, but I promised my mom I wouldn't do that because I just wouldn't even know where to begin on that one or end. But I I try to do something different and go back to my roots as far as what I've learned and how I did between sports and movies and music and different things. And the show will go wherever. But anyway, I'm going to mention this in more detail on Saturday's show when we have, because right now the last metric said that we had, now this might not be a lot, you might laugh at it, but we went from less than 2,000, it was like 1,800 people that were listening or whatever, and we banged out almost 4,000 last time, and it keeps growing. So that's what's going to eventually get us on iHeart and Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and YouTube Music, Amazon Music. That's where the big cheesecake is. That's where I want to be, because that is it. So right now, you go to AM/FM radio. No, you'd have to go through satellite. It gets looped through YouTube until my FCC license renewal goes through, which will be fucking forever. And hopefully before I die, I'll get that. And until that time, we have to do it through these different social platforms, which is fine because I'm having fun doing it, And as our audience grows, as our fan base grows, as our garden grows, so to speak, we are in need of I figured it would be fair to give one lucky girl and one lucky guy an internship. You could have that on your resume, and we get what we need. Now, it's not long term or anything, but it's something nice. Of course, it's not a paid internship, but if everything works out and I like the people that are doing it and they do a good job and everything, once the internship is over and we are starting to start to bring in a little bit of money, other than the 50% that we're going to be giving to charity on our end, on my end, I'm going to give them a paying gig, one or both of them, going forward. And that's a promise. So you could be in Los Angeles, you could be in Chicago, you could be in Detroit, you could be in Dallas. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be in Jersey because it's done remotely. So, but it is U.S. only, and I have specific reasons for that. You got to help the people that are in your own backyard first. You know what I mean? I don't have anything against Canadians or Mexicans or anything like that, but I would like to keep it homegrown if I can. And if it's in Jersey, even better. If I was from California, I'd want to do California, whatever it is. But I'll go into more depth about that as time goes on, and we're going to mention it this Saturday, and then we're going to post it on Twitter and everything. But I'm letting you people know, so the people that are listening and watching it right now, we have just Kick and YouTube up right now, but there is going to be an internship involved, and it's very simple. People that are going to do the emotes and the panels and the sound effects, and basically like a remote engineering kind of thing. But it's not really complicated. It's just shit that I don't have time to do. Take over our TikTok, our Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff, and post stuff for us and edit stuff and make reels and shorts out of the long form content, make it into short form. Now there's different sites and I can do this and that. I don't have the time, and I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want to do that. I want to do this, and then you figure it out and you edit it out and you add this and that and figure out the fuck is going on with this music or whatever. There's a lot of people out there that have no idea how to do it. There's a lot of people that do. So we're helping each other, and it will become a paid gig as time goes on. But you got to pay your dues, just like I did when I worked for QAM, when I did satellite radio, all the stuff that I did when I read copy. I even did audiobooks. You want to talk about boring shit? Audiobooks. Now, this was back then. It was big when it was like audiobooks. Remember Kindles and shit like that on Amazon? Amazon started out in the 90s, if I recall. You went on there. The only thing you saw was books for like 10 cents. It was like books. People were buying that. And I was making audiobooks for people that I don't know what the hell they were doing. Apparently they wanted to listen to the book rather than read it, and they wanted to hear the sound of my voice. I mean, this is the way my voice has been since I was probably about 20 years old, 21, maybe even earlier than that, when I was working in clubs and that kind of thing. Some good and some bad and everything, but I kept going. I always stayed constant, and that's what you people should do. Whatever walk of life, whatever it is that you're doing. I said this the other day, and I'll repeat myself because it's a good thing. I hate being repetitive, and I definitely can't stand when people are repetitive. I heard you the first time. I'm not deaf, but I'm going to be repetitive on this. If you are good at what you do, or you want to get better at what you do, whatever it is that you do, and you love it, whether you're getting paid to do it or not, and eventually you will, and you'll be successful when you do, and all that stuff that I've gone over. I don't want to go that more in depth than that, but keep going. Don't listen to the noise, the bullshit that people are going to tell you. And you've heard this before. You can't do that. It's not sustainable. You can't make a living that way. There's no such thing like that. Shut the fuck. You know what? That's fine. Maybe they have a point. But I'm telling you, there's a large percentage of those people that are telling you that because they can't do it. because it's not for everybody. If it was, it wouldn't be so hard, right? And if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth attaining. Nothing in life comes easy, and it certainly isn't going to come and knock on your door. You know what I mean? This isn't that, knowing my luck, when you get that thing that says, hey, big man, and the thing that you've won the publisher's, the sweepstakes or whatever, I'm probably going to have him knock on the door and come back to life, come knock on the door, say that I owe him money. You know what I mean? He probably work for the IRS now, but in any event, just keep going. Do what you're doing. If that's what you love doing, don't listen to the noise and with all the bullshit that people are going to tell you, and you know what I mean? The veiled attempts and, passive aggressive assholes. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I'm with you. I wish you the very best. What a bunch of bullshit. No, you don't. And you're laughing at me behind, you want to laugh at me or with me. So don't listen to the bullshit. Just keep doing whatever you're doing. In my book, you're already a winner if you have that attitude. Be relentless, be resilient, and do what you do. Don't look back and say, shit, I should have did this. Like, we could have went live back in 2017, 16, 17, and I still have a video from when we were going to do it. We never published it, and I never gave a shit, and I was involved with Mean Machine Media, and we were selling the DVDs and all the Super Bowls and all the different, we had rights of different Creative Commons licensing, and our websites did well, and we sold stuff on eBay and Amazon, everything, and it was sustainable. It was great. We were busier for the 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl every year than we were at Christmas time, which was insane. I had 2 people and myself making runs to the post office 2, sometimes 3 times a day. That's how much stuff was going on. It was crazy. Started out in my living room, and then I had my own office space with it, and it got so big. And so I still have that LLC. It's Mean Machine Media LLC. I had to buy my own name, and we grandfathered a lot of stuff in because we were around a year before, I think 10 months before YouTube started. I think YouTube started in June of 2005. I've been around since, I think it was October of 2004, something like that. It was at least 6, 7, 8 months prior to that. So a lot of our stuff was grandfathered in, commons licensing and that sort of thing. Anyway, so we're going to have some internships that we're going to give out, one lucky guy, one lucky girl. And I just figured it was fair to have 1 and 1. I mean, it really doesn't make a difference to me. And nobody's perfect, but somebody that I'm trusting with my livelihood. And as we go forward, and it could make or break everything that we're building here. So it's got to be people that are trustworthy, that have some type of following. You don't have to have a huge resume or anything like that. It's something where I can see some stuff that you've done, and if you're on the same line, this might not be for you. You know what I mean? You might not be, like talk radio. So a lot of times you don't have to like and what you're doing with work and everything, but that does make it easier. And there's got to be people out there that are good with this stuff. There has to be, because I've reached out to different people on Facebook, or not Facebook. Yeah, one was Facebook, some was via email, and some Twitter stuff. And it's just very wishy-washy. Well, I don't really do that. All right, well, can you point me in the right direction? Yeah, they get back to you like 6 days later. What the honestly, and I hate to be this rough, and I'm pretty sure it's because they don't give a shit. They don't. And that's fine. You're not going to find people, everyone that's engaged in what you're doing. But I'm sure that if I can help some people, they can help me back. I'm a good guy, and we're trying to put a lot of funny stuff and cool content together. I'm not looking to compete with anyone. I'm being myself. And that's how you remain different. If you're being yourself, well, then there's only one you. And there's only one Mean Machine. And you're looking at them. Anyway, we went on around 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I've decided to taper down the Wednesday night shows. Number one, I'm tired as hell. But number two, we don't want to give too much content earlier in the week because a lot of it is done on satellite radio, and a lot of our future lies within that realm, that zone. So most of that. Now, we didn't spin the wheel or anything tonight because there wasn't really anybody that was really into it. And we a lot of people, and I've noticed this too, they don't really chat and they don't really have anything to say. But the next day they're watching our videos and giving us thumbs up and watching our reels and, going on the different thing. And that's cool too. Some people are, I wouldn't say shy. They prefer to just listen, because back in the day, that was all you did on radio. You didn't see the DJs or the broadcasters or the announcers. You didn't see any of that. You listened to them. Either it's on a rerun, and you could go back and watch our video. I mean, that helps us when you go back and you watch some of our videos, or just like, like 15 minutes of each video, or a few in a row. When you go on our YouTube channel, you have to, there's 3 tabs. One says like video, And then it'll say the newest one recent. You got to click over to the live tab. It's like the third one over, I think, in the middle of the page, and you'll see all the live stuff. So when you're looking at the main page, you're like, oh well, here's just the videos. I don't see anything. You got to click over to the live ones because the streams get classified under there. Just figured I'd throw that out there. So the more that you watch and the subscribers, obviously that's a big deal, But you don't have to. Nobody's forcing you to. If you want to just give a thumbs up because you like some of the different videos or what I had to say, or if you're in agreement with it or not in agreement, whatever the case may be, any kind of engagement on there really does help us. And I thank you ahead of time because we don't just try, we do. I don't know how to just try. I do something half-assed that just doesn't feel good to me, so I do it all the way. I told you, the meme machine is a train. There's only 3 things you could do with a train. You could either jump on the train, you could jump out of the way of the train, or you could get run over by the train. But one way or another, the meme machine train is coming through, baby. And that's the way we roll. That's the way things, and that's a metaphor for life. People are going to try to bring you down, you know what I mean? And life will kick your ass and knock you to the ground and keep you there. Sometimes permanently if you let it. You can't. You have to, and people hear that. You hear that all the time. Oh well, yeah, it doesn't matter that you get knocked down. You got to get back up and dust yourself off and try again. Easier said than done, because it's easy to just say, oh fuck it, this sucks, and I can't do this, and you know what I mean. Nobody's watching me, and I only have like 38 people in the room, and you know what I mean. And I want thousands, and I want to be monetized. You know what I mean. So I could sit back a little bit and enjoy the fruits of my labor, or whatever the case may be. It doesn't always work like that. So you have to be the same way. If there's one person in this room or 1 million in there, I'm going to be the same way. I'm going to keep going. I keep going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. And the reason I do that, and I give people advice about that, is because that's the only way I know how. It's very easy. You know what's scary about about giving up? It's easy, right? It's easy to give up. It's easy to throw in the towels after I can't do this anymore. Or this isn't for me, or it's just not working, or I don't have a clue what I'm doing, or I'm embarrassed, or I'm ashamed, or I'm this, or I'm that. If you're just doing what you're doing and you don't let anyone stop you, you could get better at what you're doing. But don't stop. Don't vary from the course. Do not change. Be you the whole way through. See it to the end. In the end, you'll be the one that's left standing. And the naysayers and the other ones will go, oh, well, we're so happy for you. Yeah, kiss my ass. You know what I mean? You should have liked me when I was a nobody. And now that I'm a somebody to you, now I deserve your respect. Now I deserve your attention and your friendship. You know what? I was a person then too. Except I was the only one that knew that. So you don't want to do it. And I know that sounds rough. I'm not trying to say that you should throw it in people's faces, you know what I mean? But they're taking time out of whatever crap shit that they got going on in their lives and take time to pull you down. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, but no thanks. You want to be part of the solution or part of the problem? So be resilient. Remember, Uncle Meme Machine told you so. And that brings me to my next thing, because like I said, we didn't even really do much sports tonight, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Life gets in the way of that, and I feel bad, and I did speak about Tina Turner dying earlier today, a rock icon, a music icon for sure. I remember her when I was a little kid, hearing her on the watching her on TV. She used to be on there with Sonny and Cher, and they had the Variety Hour, and then the Osmonds. That was another thing that made you throw up in your own mouth, but still. She had been around in a lot of people's lives in the background for a long time, so she will be sorely missed. So rest in peace, Tina Turner. She died at 83 years old. So she lived a pretty long life, all things considered there. And it wasn't an easy one from what I saw in the movie and a little bit of her book and the write-ups and everything. Yeah, she had it tough. But you know what? She kept going. She didn't it was rough for her. You know her deal, right? So, remember, just worry about you. And I'll tell you another thing. Nobody should be tougher on you. Let me do this so that I'm looking right at you. Nobody should be tougher on you than you. Does that make sense? Because that's the way I see it. Other people can, say this or that or whatever. But bottom line is you should, hold yourself to the highest standard and don't put your fate in anybody else's hands. Why would you do that? Put it in your own hands. It's your life. You only get one ride. And they say, live every day like it's your last, because one day it will be. It sounds rough, but you know what? I'm not here to blow sunshine up your ass. Life's too short. You don't need the me machine, blowing sunshine up your ass. You got enough of these people running around. These are mental midgets, just mutants that live amongst us. They're using our oxygen. You know what I mean? And this one lady emailed me. She put, "Dear Mr. Mean," she put. So I guess that's pretty cool. She goes, "Dear Mr. Mean, where did you get a voice like that? That's amazing." Is that a statement or is that a question? It's just my voice. That's the same. And she had emailed me before. I think she has nothing better to do. They don't let them out for more than an hour a day, I think. And she wanted to know how tall I was. I'm like, I'm sitting down. What the hell's the difference? I don't know. I try to be nice to everybody, though. And then I wake up. But I don't really sleep much anyway. Coffee in the morning, coffee in the afternoon. And there was a movie, I think with Danny DeVito. Wasn't it Twins or something? He goes, I'm angry during the day, and I'm like, he goes, and I'm pissy in the afternoon, and I'm moody at night. He goes, I'm like miserable. He goes, what a great movie that was, Twins. That was really was a good movie. Anyway, that's what she said about that. But there was somebody that had asked me a question, and I can't change the whole show around just to conform to it. But I felt the need and the want to address it. I had mentioned earlier that I had just lost like 40-something pounds doing keto and intermittent fasting. I did it for health reasons, not because I want to look good in a bathing suit. Although I do. I could see my abs. You want to see them? I can't do that. I promise. No nudity. So anyway, the thing is, and then she was like, "Oh, but that's amazing because my clothes are like falling off of me or whatever." How did you do it? Isn't that dangerous? But it's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. It's about, once again, a superior state of mind. Okay, so I'm not going to share it with you, but I can't. But for medical reasons and everything, and you have to get healthy. You do not get healthy by losing weight. You get healthy, and that's how you lose weight. That's just a byproduct of it. And you don't sit and starve yourself. But people are so, and I feel bad for them because they're so desperate. Some people that they'll spend like $1 billion business, whatever. Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers and this and that, and eat fresh. But please. Do you really think that you could have chocolate cake and pizza and everything and lose? Is that what you think? And they're like, "Oh, we use 20 pounds. Use 20 pounds in your first 2 months, or your money back guaranteed." But it's water. You're not losing any. It's because you're not bringing in the carbs, carbohydrate. Get it? So it's not sustainable. You're going to lose the weight at first, and you're going to gain it right back because you're not doing the right thing. And another fallacy. Eat a bunch of small meals throughout the day. Yeah, you got to eat, to keep your metabolism moving. What a bunch of bullshit. That's not true. Every time you eat something, it could be a cherry tomato. You raise insulin. And a lot of people have insulin resistance. I did. So you can reverse that. Take care of your liver. Your liver is the only organ that you can turn back the clock of time. Within reason, depending if you have like major problems or anything. I'm not saying that, and I'm not a doctor, and I'm not giving, medical advice. I'm giving you my opinion, and that's all. But it is an educated opinion because I've done it and I'm doing it. I'm telling you now, every time you raise insulin, or I should say every time you eat, you raise insulin. So there's 3 fat-burning hormones and 6 weight-gaining hormones, and insulin is a hormone. So the best part of it is that you're diabetic here. You need to lose weight, so take this insulin. So you're basically giving someone a shot or whatever that's going to make them continue to gain weight. That's how you fit. What are you shitting me? Has anybody read a endocrinology book? Anyone? And they glaze over that in doctor school or whatever. Apparently, if it's your interns or whatever, they don't deal with diet so much. They still think the food pyramid would be more accurate if you turned it upside down. That's how stupid that is. The government was going to address it back in the late 50s or whatever. Then the McCarthy thing happened and all this other stuff. And the government pivoted and didn't have time for that shit. And they went that, and then Vietnam started, and that was the end of that. They never addressed it. Okay? Let me tell you something right now. Are you listening? This is fact. You ready? This is fact. Fat, not trans fat. That's bad for you. Fat does not make you fat. Sugar and carbs make you fat. Fat is when you say, oh, I see someone, oh, they're big, oh, they're fat. So in your mind, you're thinking fat is a bad thing. Actually, your brain is like 80% fat. Most people, it's probably 95, the fuckers that I deal with on a daily basis. But your body needs fat. So don't buy lean meats and low calorie. You don't need that shit. Your body, they're actually harming your body that way. Your body needs the fat. It needs healthy fats like avocado and olives and shit like that. I mean, I'm telling you, you have some carbs. But what I didn't know and how I got sick back in the day is because I never was into sweets and stuff like that. I didn't eat cookies and cakes and all that. I was like a salt freak, like a big fan of pretzels, popcorn and potato, stuff like that. Not really like sugary stuff. No, I didn't drink soda. I really never did. Once in a while. But I'm telling you right now, I didn't realize that your liver turns the carbs into sugar because it's trying to make it for energy, and you're storing it, and you keep storing it and store. By the way, you have the same amount of fat cells, so like when you were younger, that you have now. So when you're losing weight and you plateau, by the way, like how come I can't lose weight? Because it's not always based on weight. Stop looking at the damn scale. Yeah, you're going to lose weight or whatever, and then you're going to plateau and everything for a while. I did too, and then it starts to come off again because your body's going, time out. What the fuck is going on here? You know what I mean? Shouldn't be eating that crap anyway. But I'm telling you, don't be a slave to your taste buds, because as soon as whatever you're having gets past your taste buds, your body, you can't taste it after that. And by the way, your body doesn't have a frigging clue what food is. Has no idea. It's yearning for nutrients and vitamins and minerals and everything, and that's why you do it. So when your stomach is growling, you're not hungry. You're thirsty, whether you know that or not. And I'm telling you, I know this from it's fact. So I'll say this again. Eating fat, like a fatty steak or fatty this or whatever it is that's fat. I'm talking about the good fat, not the bad fat. That's not what's making you fat. When you combine it with carbs is what it is. This isn't Atkins. It isn't any of that kind of stuff. Believe it or not, the hot dog, the lips and assholes that you're eating is actually healthier for you than the bun that it's in. So when you combine the bun with the hot dog, that's why you're gaining the weight. I'm not saying, and I love bread. I mean, my family owned a bakery, an Italian bakery for years in Newark, New Jersey. Long time ago. I mean, come on, I'm Italian. We had bread, we had macaroni, we had pasta, you know what I mean? All these things every Sunday. And then on Wednesday too. I don't know if that was Sunday stuff that we didn't finish or new stuff that we had the old stuff on Sunday. I don't know how the fuck it happened, but all I know is that we had the shit every week, twice a week. And bottom line is, that's where it happens. There's no such thing as an essential carb. There is no such thing as your body needs that. That's not true. It's a dominant hormone. If you have 3 fat-burning hormones and you have 3 weight-gaining hormones, that's a dominant hormone. So every time you eat something, it raises insulin. If you don't put it in, you won't put it on. I'm not saying to starve yourself, but I'm not even hungry anymore. I gotta not force feed myself, but I'm just saying it's not. You stop thinking about it. The cravings go away. You have no headaches, all that stuff. For me, I've trained my body to do that. So I got out of control. And they're like, well, you have to lose weight and do this and get healthier. I said, I'm not taking any more freaking pills or all this other stuff. Boom. Next time I saw the guy was less than 60 days later. I had already dropped 30 pounds. They're looking at me like I have 5 heads. I said, it's easy for somebody who knows what they're doing. You don't want to look like a goddamn crackhead. But if you could lose weight, you're getting healthy inside, and that's why you're losing the weight. You're not losing the weight, and now you're healthy. It does not work that way. It goes from the inside out, not the outside in. You put the lime in the coconut. Okay. So trust me when I'm telling you. Take it for what you don't believe me or whatever. Okay, fine. Go on Jenny Craig, spend thousands of dollars to have shit food that's made on an assembly line sent to you. Okay? And that's cool. And you'll lose weight. Yeah, you can have chocolate cake and milkshakes. Are you kidding me? Do you actually even believe that? But like I said, some people aren't. They're not dumb. And I wouldn't even go as far to say they're uneducated. They are misinformed. When was the last time you saw a commercial about broccoli? No, but you will see a Doritos commercial because there's no money in stuff that's healthy for you. And here's the other spectrum, which I don't even really want to get into. God forbid they find a cure for cancer or anything else that's like a big thing that kills a lot of people here in the U.S. or worldwide. That's billions of dollars in chemo and radiation, all this stuff that the insurance company, that money's gone. So it's not in their best interest to have anyone get fucking healthy. Now, I'm not saying this is some big conspiracy, but think about what I'm saying. Mull it over. Go sleep tonight and think about what I said. It might not be the first time you heard it, but it's the first time you heard me say it. And I'm telling you, I don't have to have been on here for a long time to understand life. I've been around for a while. So let's review, shall we? A, banks don't give a rat's ass about you, and your cards are safe with us, and then we have security protocols so they don't get screwed. It has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. They don't want to have to pay the chargebacks and pay the fees and everything that go along with that. They make more money on overdraft fees, over the limit fees, late charges, that kind of thing, than they do on interest for, like, let's say your home. It's insane. You see the insurance, they used to cap that shit. I don't know if they still do, but some people are paying like 29% on a credit card. What are you, fucking insane? You're paying 28% because you had to buy Tic Tacs. What the fuck? So that's another thing. They don't care about you. And doctors, I swear to God, they seem disappointed that they don't find anything wrong. You know what I mean? Like they're not going to get paid or something unless they go, oh my God, you have a growth. It's a stick. You know, whatever. I'm not saying all of them are bad. There's a lot of good ones. I have good doctors and stuff. I'm not saying that. So don't take it the wrong way. I'm just saying the whole realm of things. The generalization is that you go to the doctor because you need to find out what's wrong with you. And then we got to go to the hospital, and then you got to do this, and then you got to go to physical therapy, and you got to go over here, and then you got to do another round of it. Why do you got to do another round? They tried to do that too. I was at 4 surgeries on my leg. Well, we feel that now. That's the tough part. You got to sift through the bullshit to find out, is it something that's viable and I really do need it, or they just want to be able to charge the insurance company for another month for the shit. And I hate to be that cynical, but I'm telling you, I have reason to feel this way. And I'm sure you do too, some of you people out there. Who do you trust? Who do you listen to? Are they even listening? Or is it all about money? Can't we have humanity first and that second? I'm not a bleeding heart. I'm far from it. Trust me. That's not my proclivity at all. But God damn it, man. Some of this stuff is just, it's only getting worse. And people are getting greedier and companies are getting greedier. And it's just, you know, we took a beating. A lot of companies, the ones that didn't, I mean, all the mom and pops are essentially gone after COVID, right? And I give my money, I'd rather spend a little bit of money and support local business or local farmers or local whatever. They're our neighbors. Before I would do some big corporate giant somewhere. Sometimes it's necessary because you got to get what you want, you know, or what you need, I should say. But the point being is that support local business and local, you know, restaurants. That's good. That's good for the community. It stimulates and everything. And a lot of these bigger places, the ones that have been screwing us all for years because that's all there is. You know what I mean? A lot of these people have screwed you up for years. But now it's different, right? Because they have to, that's why everything is up. It's not just because of the idiot in the White House and everything else that's going on with prices skyrocketing and we're going to go into another recession. When was the last time that you had a 5-year clip of years in a row where there wasn't someone saying there's a recession? Think about that. So, point being is that they took such a beating, a lot of these places, that now they're reclaiming a lot of those lost funds, and that's why when you go to the supermarket, I don't care if you're in California or New Jersey, New York or Texas or Detroit, wherever you are, prices have gone up, right, on everything. And that's not just generally, like small, it's not subtle, it's large, right? They're making up for the money that they lost during COVID when nobody was walking into these places. A lot of these mom and pops and restaurants and people that built it from the ground up and their kids took it over and everything, and they've had it for 30 years. Or whatever it is. It's gone. COVID killed it. Because some asshole in China needed to have a bat sandwich or whatever the fuck happened. I don't know what it was. All I know is, are you serious? Do you remember that? He was having bat soup. Have ramen. What the fuck? They killed the whole world because you wanted a bat sandwich, you dick. Anyway, I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but I'm just saying. Dom, what's up? How are you, man? So I'm just saying. So, like I said, in review, banks don't give a rat's ass about you, about, you know, your security and this and that. It's all bullshit. They just don't want them to get screwed. And that's why it is, oh, yeah, we're protecting you against fraud. bullshit. You're not doing that. Stop it. Okay? I'm good, man. Just going off on a little bit of tangents here. The show has been going in a little bit different directions. And it wasn't sports tonight. It was more or less, we were talking about just about life in general. But you know what? It goes wherever they want to go. Anyway, I hate to be like a naysayer like that, but that's what it is. And people don't want you to get any better. You know what I mean? Like, so I go to the guy and I said, I just dropped like 46 pounds. You know what I mean? And it's because I'm getting healthier and I do keto and this and that. And of course, that's not good enough. They're unhappy that they can't, send you for more tests and do this and that and sonograms and this and check your kidney and check your, go up your ass with a mining light and everything else. We couldn't find it. Well, that's good fucking news, isn't it? Well, it's a bad day if you didn't find a goddamn tumor. Is that what you're trying to tell me? I'm sorry, you only prescribed me 6 bottles of shit instead of 8. You're still going to get paid either way. You got to go to the pharmacy and do that. You know what pharmacists are, right? The people that ran out of money during medical school that couldn't finish. That's a pharmacist. Sorry, but that's just the way I feel about it, because these people, another one, that don't hurt yourself getting down off your high horse. So, and it pisses me off. And like I said, today's subject was more or less like Hump Day Hassles that we had today, So, but anyway, I wanted to mention that again because we're going to go over that. I'm going to take a quick pause and then we'll be back and we'll finish up the show in a little bit. But just to reiterate what I said earlier for people that are just coming in and out of the room, because we have people coming in on Kick and on YouTube that were not in the room earlier. I'll do some gaming tomorrow night on Twitch. Our handle is the same on everything, at MeMachine973. So we'll do Twitch and Kick tomorrow night. Play a little Madden. I'm going to start playing this show. I don't know, Madden's getting a little stale for me. I've got a great team. I win most of my games. I mean, I played some today. It's just, I don't know. Again, maybe when 24 comes out, man, 24, maybe I'll be a little bit more excited about it. But right now, at the end of the year and this, that, and the friggin' bonehead bullshit, gold 99 tickets, enough. What are we, fucking Willy Wonka with the golden tickets? Enough already. So, anyway, that'll be on Thursday night, and that'll be on Twitch, which is actually tomorrow night. Today's Wednesday. Saturday night will be on iHeart, and then we'll go for PX Radio in Jersey. But you can go through, you could link through if you don't have satellite radio. You'll be able to catch us on YouTube. That's why we have it set up. That's why you see people in the room fluctuate. It goes from like 200 something to 18 to 9, because people are coming in on the satellite browser. They're not necessarily in the chat room. I've said this a million times. People go, well, how come it doesn't? I'm telling you, that's why. It's a expensive hookup, and I got to pay for it. So that's going to be Saturday night. But I wanted to say that we're going to be doing, I decided, and my friend Jeannie, a shout out to her, love you. Girl I went to school with. I've known since I was in 4th grade. It's her idea. And I can't even take credit for it. I mean, it's all her. I need help. The show needs help with people to make emotes and panels and do the Streamlabs stuff or the OBS or whatever the fuck it is. I don't have the it's too aggravating. I do what I do and I don't have time for that. I run a business during the day. I just, I'm involved with several businesses, 2 of my own and one other thing. And then we have the show. And what I'm trying to tell you is I just don't have the time to do our TikTok account and our Instagram and our Facebook and the YouTube and Twitter. But I can take care of the Twitter stuff. I need an editor to make long form content into short form and make reels and stuff and post them for us. So I'm trusting people with essentially my livelihood and my family's livelihood. So we decided that I think the way to go is I'm going to give out not 1, but 2 internships. Now, I would like to keep it local here in New York, New Jersey, but because it can be done remotely, you could be in Los Angeles, you could be in Chicago, you could be in Fort Worth. It doesn't matter where you are. You could be in Florida. But I would like it to be U.S.-based because you got to take care of your own background first. You got to take care of your own backyard, I should say, first. So I'd like to help out. So it'll be 1 girl, 1 guy, preferably college. So it could be high school, but preferably college, because they need to put that on their resume that they worked on a show and they did their thing and they're still learning and everything. But, a lot of these people, my age group, we didn't know this shit, you know what I mean? And it's not a large percentage of us that do. There's some. For me, I have the aptitude. I just don't have the patience for it. I want to do what I do. That takes up my whole day, trust me. So I need someone that can edit and do that stuff and add music and do all those things. So it would be obviously an internship. You don't get paid, but it'll be for, I guess, a few months or whatever. Now, once we start making money and it's coming in, and it will, we're going to give 50% to charity. That's 25% to the American Cancer Society and 25% to the National Diabetes Association. Those are the two that I chose. All right, so once we get out of the red, out of the money that we've been hemorrhaging out of here, thousands, by the way, what we're going to do is we're going to make, if those internships, if those people want to stay on, I mean, they're going to put it on their resume, and I'll sign them, they'll have that they worked on a radio show and they did this and that, and they did editing and all that stuff and took over our social platforms for us. It'll turn into a paid gig, to reward them if they want. Not everybody's into that. You know what I mean? They might just be one and done and they want to just do that and then move on to something else. That's fine too. That's cool. We could use the help. They could use the experience and on their resume. So I figured that's a match made in heaven. I'm going to announce when that is. I might announce it on Memorial Day weekend when we do our Saturday night show. But I'm letting people know here right now on Wednesday because we have, what do we have right now? All right, so we have, if this metric is right, so we have about close to 1,300 people are watching us right now. So that's really what we're going to do. So it'll be one guy, one girl, an internship. Hopefully it'll be local, like Jersey, like Montclair State or Seton Hall or Rutgers or something, but it doesn't have to be. I have to figure out the ins and outs and the, how we're going to do that and how we're going to put it online for people, because I don't need like cuckoo birds or anything. I mean, this is a serious thing, but it'll be a lot of fun, and they'll have a chance to actually be on the air with me if they choose to do so in the future. Our fan base is growing fast. Yeah, I mean, we just had 700 people on TikTok, and now it's almost 4,000. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but it is in just a few weeks. I mean, geez, you like me. You really like me. This one lady, she goes, I don't even care what you say. I just like hearing your voice. Sound like my ex-wife. Anyway, except she didn't listen at all. But I don't feel the need to have to explain it more than that. And what I'm saying is that I think that it's something where we can help each other. So if you know how to do those emotes and do all that stuff and OBS and all the shit that I'd like to throw the goddamn thing out the window, and you can, like, we have like on Twitch, and none of the stuff makes noise. It doesn't do, I can't get it to work right. I got rid of OBS. I got rid of Streamlabs. I'm using Restream. I got too much going on. So there's got to be a lot of people out there that know how to do this kind of thing. And it's not like an everyday thing. You edit some videos, you take some long form content, you make some reels, some shorts for us or whatever. I approve it, you send it through, you put it up onto our different platforms. You'll have access to all our Facebook and all that kind of stuff. And you just do it and you get paid like Venmo or PayPal or Cash App, once it becomes a paying gig. But an internship like I started when I worked for WQAM, Miami Dolphins Radio, and I did late 90s. I've told people this. I had to get coffee for people. I was a gopher. Oh, yeah, you're a great DJ and this and that, and you've worked in all these clubs, and you've Spearmint Rhino, you're a big club there, and you worked at the Crazy Ones. Oh, that's great. Here, why don't you go get us Dunkin's coffee, because I'm a piece of shit. You know what I mean? That was, you had to pay your dues. But you know what? Those same people are the ones that helped me out. So you have to eat shit before you get, I'm not going to give you the cherries without giving you the pits. This is the way it goes. All right? I'm just saying. So we're going to give out 2 internships. We're going to probably do that. I'm guessing that should be, I'd like to do it immediately. I'm probably going to have time to go over that and then select who I'm going to take care of with that. My guess would be late June, so another month or so. I like to put them on essentially by 1st of July. But like I said, it's a work in progress. And so but I do want to mention it, and we'll have a very large or a larger audio video audience on Saturday night, because tonight's just streaming, and then Saturday night we'll be on AM/FM radio. So that's when I make bigger announcements. But I will put the stuff on our Facebook page, and I'll put it on Twitter. So always follow us on Twitter, because that's where all the updates go, because it's much easier. I could just do it while I'm sitting in the bathroom, you know what I mean? I'm just kidding. But, you catch my drift, right? So we'll change camera angles there, and we'll go like that. And I'm going to take a pause for the cause to make my bladder gladder. And That's it. I just wanted to get that out there. But we've been tackling a lot of different subjects. So once again, Tina Turner died today. She died this afternoon. She was 83 years old. She's a music icon. And I just read this today, that she was the first black and female to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. To me, out of all of her songs, when I think of the song "What's Love Got to Do with It," that to me is Tina Turner. And also, don't forget, she was kind of looking pretty good, pretty hot back in, like, what was it, 85 or whatever, when she was the chick that was in Mad Max. Remember Beyond Thunderdome? She was the villain. Remember the lady with the ram head and shit like that? Yeah, that was Tina Turner, man. Pretty cool. Gonna miss her. Great lady. And I never got a chance to meet her. I never spoke to her. Spoke to her agent, though. She had the same agent at one point as when I did a spot for Kool and the Gang. Remember Kool and the Gang? Yeah, they had just won like a big lawsuit or something, and I was DJing a party, and they walked in. It was for them, and they didn't announce that and everything. So I got to meet those guys. They were pretty cool. Kool and the Gang. Not all of them. I think it was like 3 of them. But you're talking like 19... Shit, I had just started DJing. I was a kid. Oh, my God. I'm guessing 1987, 88, something like that. Or 89. It might have been 89. So when I met Taylor Dane, the Cover Girls. Actually, I don't have a picture of me with Taylor Dane, but I do have a picture I found of me with the Cover Girls, if you remember them. Freestyle group. Remember? Show me, show me. I can't sing. Please don't make me sing. I can only sing in the shower. And it's not wet enough in here. So anyway, I'm going to take a little break. The music's not working for this background. I don't know why. No idea why. The music just is not playing. But anyway, so going to take a break. We ought to be back, and we'll go over some more stuff when we get back, and then we'll wrap it up. But you are listening to the Mean Machine 973 from the great state of New Jersey. Our handle is at Mean Machine 973 on all of our social media. Mean Machine 973 at outlook.com. If you want to drop us a line, you can do that. So we're going to be right back. So don't go anywhere, and we will wrap up the show. I might do on Kick. If we get a few more people in there, I might do a gift sub in Kick. I don't know. So we'll try that. Oh, look at that. It's the Boogeyman. I am not on PS4, no. My Xbox. But hopefully, if you're referring to Madden, I'm talking to the guy that's talking to me in Kick right now, Boogeyman09. There'll be crossplay. From what I heard, there's going to be crossplay for Madden. And I'm probably going to get it through PC because I have a really nice setup that's on this side. You can't see these screens and everything. There's more. But no, I'm not on PlayStation. Although I'd like to be, but all the money that we're spending here, man, I don't have $1,000 to go get the new gen, a brand new PlayStation. But yeah, I'm an Xbox guy, unfortunately. Sorry, man. But I'll be doing some gaming with Steelers Theme Team and all that stuff. I know I didn't change the heading. The heading was supposed to be changed where it says Steelers Theme Team Challenges, head-to-head giveaways. We might as well leave that because that's going to be tomorrow night anyway on Twitch and on Kick at Mean Machine 973. So you can watch me in action. I'll be kicking people's ass because I have a great defense. I have a 98 overall Legends team, and I have a 98 overall Steelers Theme Team. And we'll do some challenges. I'll do some head-to-heads. What did I do the other night? Steelers versus Cowboys, and it was a championship. We won 2 championship games in a row, and then I went to sleep because I wanted to leave a winner. Because I had a feeling I ran into a buzzsaw last night with this one dude. Holy shit. He roasted me. I was like, all right. But I don't quit. I don't care if it's score. I mean, he beat my ass. It was like 22-10 or 24-10. He was kicking my ass. But I went to the end. I used my timeouts. I mean, I was I was relentless. I just kept it. Sometimes people are better, man. It's not always the team. You could have the best team and suck. You got to understand the defenses that you're watching, that you're looking at, the different offenses you have to use. You got to take what the defense gives you, and you definitely have to be able to have decent players. And I had to do that all day today. I had to take off the abilities because you only have 6 AP now instead of the 12. So I had to take off. One guy showed me, he's like, you don't need all that crap. They're not activated anyway. I freed up about 60,000 worth of training that was just sitting in different people that I don't use inside my binder. I freed up a whole bunch of it. So I don't know. There's like 800,000 in training I have, but I don't have many in coins, but I don't care. I'd rather not have a big coin stack anymore and have the players than the other way around. What the hell are you going to do with them? Once 24 starts, you're not going to play it anyway. What do you need 14 million for? Anyway, I like the Ultimate Legends, but still, to this day, the Ring of Honor was the best program they had. That's just my opinion because it came with all those 98 and BND guys underneath. You know what I mean? All, all with them. I still use a couple of those. Carl Banks was in 98 that I kept. He was under the Lawrence Taylor one. I had Perry Williams. I just got rid of him today. Bavaro was not that good in the game, which I'm surprised. He wasn't a good blocker. But Asante Samuel, I still have him. He was one of the Ring of Honor ones. And I still use Priest Holmes as my little scat back in certain schemes. Anyway, I have to take that break because we're still on radio format, even though we're not broadcasting tonight. We are just streaming. However, got to take a little pause for the cause. So we'll be right back. And like I said, and then we'll wrap up the show. You're listening to the Meme Machine. We are live from the great state, the Garden State of New Jersey. Happy Hump Day, everybody. Be back in 5. Yeah, I just saw him going running right down the. All right, so I ditched the sunglasses. I got to tell you guys though. So I'm back. I just stepped outside for a minute, to get some air and to take a little break, before we wrap things up. And there's this huge lady just running down the street. I live in a very quiet kind of neighborhood. It's a nice neighborhood. Where the fuck is she going? Running around. It's 20 minutes to 12 here on the East Coast. All right, New York time. And she's like running like her ass is on fire or something. Was to make a rib back? And I didn't know. What the hell's going on out there? So there was some people, and I just got an email. I was looking at my phone as I was walking outside. So I got my phone here. And someone had sent an email. It's memachine973 at outlook.com. So they said, is that Super Bowl 19 on in the background? I said, yes, it is. The Niners and Miami. The only one that Dan Marino made an appearance. And he's been in a lot of Super Bowls, Marino. But he got tickets and he's in the skybox. He doesn't play. But anyway. And I had a problem with Dan Marino. That's for another show, for another day, where I took his parking spot at his shitty restaurant in Florida. I said, you know what? This restaurant sucks. You can't park there. Look, I even showed up. You know what I did? Screw him. I went to Shula's Steakhouse instead, and it was a lot better. That was a long time ago. That was we were coming home from we were at the 1997 World Series. It was the Cleveland Indians and the Florida Marlins. And we were coming home. So we were down in that Miami area, so which is actually Miramar, where the Marlins played. And we were at game 2. Kevin Brown pitched that game. I don't know if you remember him. And Miami lost. They weren't Miami back then. It was Florida Marlins. They lost that game. I remember, I think it was Sandy Alomar Jr. hit a home run in that game. But if you've never been to a World Series or a Super Bowl, I highly suggest that if you have the means that you go. It's not a problem with I'm coming up with the money for the tickets. They're sky high and all that. It's like a bucket list thing. Maybe you go to one in your life. I've been to several, so I'm lucky. But it's finding a place to stay. You already know. They know where the hotel is going to be. Where the game is going to be way ahead of time. So there's like 0 hotels for like a 25-mile radius. That's the problem, unless you plan on sleeping in your car. So that's the issue if you ever go to a Super Bowl or something. I've been to several World Series. I've been to NBA Finals and NHL, like Stanley Cup Finals. I've been to horse racing, car racing, like a Grand Prix. I've been to Daytona. I've been, a lot of giant games because I grew up here in Jersey and that kind of thing. But it was fun to go. So if you ever get a chance to go to, I highly suggest you do it. But the lady, anyway, in the email I was talking about, she wanted me. She keeps laughing about this. I don't know why she doesn't. She listens on through satellite, so she can't type in the chat. So she sends an email because she can't call in because the number, the 833-777 mean number, the toll-free number for people that call from outside the U.S. And I believe she's in Canada. I believe she's in Toronto. Is it? Ottawa. She's in Ottawa. All right. Anyway, so is that where Ottawa? Yeah, I saw that weird. Not weird. It was a different type of exchange. I saw it on the come up on the email. The way that we have it set up. Okay, I'll put my glasses on. How's that? Is that better? Like they said in the Breakfast Club, remember? For better hallway vision. Because what if your dope was on fire? It's impossible, sir. It's in Johnson's underwear. It was a funny movie, the Breakfast Club. I still like that. Will milk be made available? Show Dick some respect. Anyway, so she wanted me to go over again. I guess she gets a big kick out of the thing, the stupid people that I saw in the dollar store or whatever. So I guess I'll just say it again. It was the lady who she goes up. She's got these 2 little things that they're like flower pots or whatever the fuck they were or whatever. And she goes up to the lady. She goes, "How much are these? How much are these?" She has 2 of them. Well, bitch, I guess they're $2 since you're in a goddamn dollar store. Oh, what kind of question is that? And this lady's like pissing her pants. I guess she's like, not what I'm saying, it's how I'm saying it. I said, she enjoys when I say that, or how about when you call someone and you say, okay, and what's your last name, and you give it to them. And I have a long Italian last name. She goes, can you spell it? Of course I can. It's my name. Problem is, can you? It's just like, when's your birthday? No, October 30th or whatever. And they go, what year? I go, every year. Don't you have to take an aptitude test to get this job? Come on. Of course it's every year. I don't know. It's just funny or whatever. The guy, 7-Eleven. That's that same older lady all the time. What time do you close? Why do you think they call it 7-Eleven? They ran out of numerals? What the fuck? It's just the everyday nuances, the stupid stuff that you hear. And that's like my kryptonite. You know what I mean? It's not the people that act stupid or whatever. It's the people that know that they are, have an inkling that they are, and they're okay with it. That's what drives me nuts. And just like the people that go, well, my bad. Well, I ran over your dog with my pickup truck, but I'm sorry, but it's my bad. That does not absolve you of wrongdoing. You admitting you're an ass, I already know that you are. Do you know that you are? My bad. Oh, I just banged that one chick. Hey, dude, that's my sister. Oh, I didn't know that. My bad. It does not work. You need to have glasses too, so you can make melodramatic statements. You got to be like, my God, she's 17. She can't have the baby. Like shit like that. You have to. Glasses work. You know what I mean? They're predisposed to, from melodramatic moments or whatever you want to call them. Anyway, we kind of were all over the place. Our niche is that we don't really have a niche, but you know what? We're getting more followers and everything. I'm just talking about life. I'm talking about the same things that a lot of people agree with, but maybe it's different when someone says it to them or they're listening or they go, you know what? I could appreciate that. I can associate with that. I can relate to that. So I guess the meme machine is relatable. And when I'm answering questions, I'm essentially the answering machine. Haha, another dad joke that I had to throw in on a hump day because I think I'm going to just quit for the night and just go play Madden. I don't know. I think I might do that. We're going to game tomorrow night. A few hours, you know what I mean? Just a little bit of Madden tomorrow. That's on Twitch. Maybe on Kick too. I think Twitch and Kick, yeah, tomorrow night. Good. We're going to do both for tomorrow. All right. Around 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, maybe a little bit later. You'll find us on Twitch or Kick, Meme Machine 973, and we'll be playing. And I talk to everybody. I don't think that I'm too good to talk to this. I try to address everyone. And if I missed anyone or I skip over anyone, it's not done purposely. I'm looking at different things. Excuse me. The different platforms, different stuff. My phone's going off like wildfire. That's another thing I just thought of. Do you remember back in the day when, I don't know if they still even, I don't eat fast food, but at McDonald's, they still have apple pies. Those used to be great, but here's the one problem with that. Why we're not all like deathly ill or in the burn unit at your local hospital. Do you remember how hot these fucking things were? It would come out. The apple pie was in like this little red cardboard thing. It had like two teeny fucking holes to allow air to get in, and it was the surface temperature of mercury. It was so hot. Okay? It was the best apple pie that you've ever had. And I know it's like McDonald's. Like I said, I don't know if they still have that, but you remember that? I don't know. How did we not have like major burns? Major burns. Wasn't that a character on MASH? Anyway, I don't know why I just thought of that. My mind wanders, you know what I mean? I take medication to stay calm, and it's starting to wear off. So I have to rage against the machine at some point. So I might as well do some head-to-heads and beat the crap out of someone. And if I lose, I've already busted like 6 controllers, man. I'm way over my limit. That's a more expensive habit than crack, I swear to God. Not that I would know that, but I'm just saying. We appreciate it. We got new viewers all over the place. Look, if you're watching us on YouTube and you go in and onto our main channel and you see the different tabs, and it'll be one where it says videos and this, and then you click over to the live tab. It doesn't mean that you're going to be live or I'm live. Those are where all the live broadcasts go in there. It's classified under there. So if you want to watch, like, I'm not asking you to got to watch a 3.5, 4 hour thing. But, you go in there, drop us a like or two or whatever on some of the videos, and you spend a little time watching a little bit of our content. We're going to be getting an editor, so that way we can take some of the long form content and put it into short form. Because I noticed we got a shitload of people that were looking at stuff when it's only a minute or so or 2 minutes. If it's more than that, people don't have the time or they can or whatever. Some people do, though. We have almost 2,000 video hours, people that watch our stuff on there. And we have 115,000 views. Wow. I mean, that's pretty cool. And the fact that we have we hit our 1,000 subscribers, but it's not just that. You have to have that, plus you have to have 4,000 hours, I think, of watch time. So we're on our way. We did that in just a few months, and we're going to be going on the road. We're going to have merchandising. We're going to talk to people on the road and everything. I'll get some hot chick to come with me. That way you can hear my voice and look at her. I mean, that works for guys. For girls, well, now, this day and age, that might be fine for them too. And that's cool because there's nothing hotter than, look, I can't get into that right now, but the point being is that we're going to be doing different things and trying different things. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Merchandising with the Mean Machine logo on it. Maybe koozies somebody gave me an idea that was on Kick. They said, you should make koozies with the summertime coming, like Mean Machine stuff. We're going to give out, we'll have t-shirts and shit like that, ladies underwear. It'll be a lot of fun. And we have that in the works. And I told you, I'm trying to get in touch with the agent that represents Mike Judge. That's the guy that, through MTV Studios, the guy that owns the rights to Beavis and Butthead. I'm going to see if we can set something up down the road in the future. That'll be really cool. You do not want to miss that. That is a long time coming where the real Beavis and Butthead actually called into the Mean Machine. We already set up like a thing. We need to get their permission because we don't need to get sued. Not at this point anyway. Later on we can. But right now, no, we're trying to stay out of litigation. I already have everyone else up my ass for content. That's why you don't hear any music in the background. They can't bust my balls now. They are all over me. But you know what? I'm flattered. That means that I'm somebody, I guess, to them. Pricks. I still, I got to bring that email up. And I should do it. I said I was going to do it last week. I should do that for Saturday night and have it up there. The ones that Twitch sent me, the balls, the brass fucking balls that clank that they sent me this email. I love it. Like they're talking to a little kid where it says, is there anything else that our algorithm didn't catch? I hope your algorithm catches COVID. I don't really care what your algorithm we weren't doing anything wrong. It was the shitty rap music that's ingrained inside the Madden game, and they said that there was a copyright violation. I didn't get hit with a strike, but I did tell them to go fuck themselves because, it's a hobby for me. So go ahead. Knock yourself out. I don't really care. You know what I mean? I stopped doing it because I didn't know. I honestly didn't know. You know what I mean? But they jump all over you. I put this little intro or something. AC/DC clamped down on me, muted the whole thing, took my VODs right off. So, God bless them that they have. I'm sure it's bots. They don't have a human being that's that friggin' callous. But, yeah, they do little audits and stuff like that. And when you are broadcasting everything and they see the viewership jump like that's not always a good thing. It's always to them. It's got to be a red flag. You must be doing something nefarious, something bad or whatever. No, I'm just doing my thing. You know what I mean? So if you could read lips, you could kiss my ass because, you know what I mean? We're not trying to do this or steal that or whatever. I'm just being myself. And that's it. So in any event, I'm glad that a lot of people are coming in and smashing that subscription button, the little bell on YouTube that really helps us and watching our videos and the encouragement that we've gotten and the Facebook followers and the Instagram followers that blew up this week and TikTok. I did like a little thing on TikTok yesterday and it blew up on there. So I make little shorts on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I guess. It's supposed to be specifically for TikTok and then I download the file. I have no idea what I'm doing by editing it. I got lucky and I ended up being a good part of the program. And I put that on there and I also put it on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. Mean Machine 973, and you'll always know what's going on. There'll be no guesswork involved because nobody wants to deal with that. Alexa, turn second light red. So those are the things that we have, and that's a good way to update everything. But the followers, the subscribers on Twitch, and the new followers on Kick and YouTube, and it means a lot. It really does. There's been a lot, and you see the little thing where there's 1,000 subscribers. That was hard to do. That was not easy. Do you know how much money was put into that? You know what I mean? And what I mean was we didn't buy it. What I'm talking about is that, the equipment and all the stuff and the advertising and the hours spent and everything. It's a milestone. And if it never goes any farther than that, I'm still going to keep doing what I'm doing. And you should too. Whatever it is that you do, remember Uncle Mean Machine told you this. Don't listen to the noise. It's noise. You can't do that. It's not sustainable. You can't make a living doing it, blah, blah. Because they're shitty lives and they have nothing better to do than to tell you how to do your stuff. And that's not everybody, but I'm saying it's a large majority. Because they can't do it. So they're going to try to bring you down. Don't listen to the noise. Do what you do. Continue to do what you do. Be proud of it. Get better at it. Do it. Hone your craft. Do what it is. But don't stop. Be relentless. Be resourceful. Be resilient. And just keep doing what you're doing. You will be successful. You are already a winner in my book. Whatever your niche is, you could be talking about finance. You could be doing whatever it is. Or you could be all over the goddamn place like I am with movies, sports, music, spinning the wheel and spinning my wheel. And you know what I mean? We talked about everything but porno tonight, which we could if you want to, but those days are over. I was young. I needed the money. No, I'm just kidding. This is a show where it will go wherever the audience wants it to go. I'm just getting you to, I'm the vehicle to get you where, this is your show. I'm just a host. You tell me what you want to talk about. I start out with a certain format. And we went from Major League Baseball in the World Series. We went to Tina Turner passing away. And then we booted over to Madden. And then it was about life stuff. And then idiots that you see in 7-Eleven. Why is it always 40 degrees? Every time I walk into 7-Eleven, it's like Planet Hoth. Why is it so goddamn cold in there? You don't even need to put the drinks in the refrigerator. Just leave them out. Slurpee machine my ass. And we're getting more people that are following us on Twitter. Look at that. So that's pretty nice. We're forming a fan base. We're building a religion. So yeah, we don't talk about politics or religion on this station because if you want that, I mean, you're in the wrong spot for that. It's controversial subjects for a lot of people. It's a touchy thing and you hit a nerve and everything. So there's really no reason to for us to have to do that here. But just about everything else is fair game. You have a beef with something, you want to type in the chat, you want to tell me, you know, and that's going forward. You prefer just the gaming part of it when you watch me on Monday and Thursday nights on Twitch and on Kick, me Machine 973, and you can see me doing that if that's what you want to do. I'm just trying different things, you know what I mean? I'm trying to, you know, to get along, you go along, and I'm trying to do that. But I'm being myself, and I'm an individual. There's only one me machine, that's me, and I've been that for a long time. We actually copyrighted the name back in 2004. It was Triple M. It was 3M. But of course, 3M was going to try to sue me because that's the tape company. It was Mean Machine Media, and we put 3M, and they jumped all over. So, you know, whatever. Should have said 4M. Put your mother in there. Anyway, so bottom line is we will talk about whatever you want to, but it's a place where it's inclusive. Everybody's welcome. Don't care if you're male, female, if you identify as a Dixie cup. I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter to me. You could set aside the bullshit and the daily grind of this and then, you know, maybe marriage or kids or work or your boss, asshole, this sucks, and your car just blew up and, you know, you're just having a generally bad day and you just want to forget about the bullshit and check your luggage out the door and just come in and spend some time here. You know, the door's always, you know, you're always welcome. The door's always open. Nobody gets bullied here. Nobody's going to be made to feel inferior. Nobody's going to be treated like, oh, this guy's a tough guy or something. I'm here to protect those people, for the people that don't have a voice, you know, for the people that are made fun of, for the people that, you know, they're shy or they just want to feel comfortable in a place where they're not judged and they want to have some fun, have a couple laughs and play some trivia or talk about some sports stuff or movies or music or just life in general. Not that I'm giving probative value with advice on life. I've been around for a while and I'm just telling you my own personal experiences, and if you can identify with that and you enjoy that and you like the sound of my voice and you see where the show is starting to go and it's something a little bit different that you see, it's not just someone there gaming all day. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I subscribe to several of those people because I think they're pretty cool. I like it, and I play too. That's just not my thing though, and I'm not looking to compete with those people. I'm looking to be my own person, and that's the only thing that you can do. So remember, if nothing else you take out of this show for tonight, remember, working hard will only get you so far. You have to, at some point, work smart. Kavish? Work smart. You know what I mean? Get to the same end of the rainbow, the same destination. Hard work will only get you so far. I know that sounds a little bit disconcerting, if for use of a better word, but I'm telling you the truth. You have to know how to move laterally. You know? And I don't know everything, but I know a lot of things, and sometimes that's good enough. Remember the 2 columns that I went over tonight. One column is the stuff that you need in life, and the other column is the stuff that you want in life. And as long as you have everything that you need, work on that first. If you can find and grab a few things over stuff that you want, great. That's just a little bit extra. That's something to enhance what you already have. So concentrate and be thankful for what you have, not what you don't have. And that's like with an audience. Don't put all your thought. If you're a gamer, if you're a streamer, if you're a broadcaster or a disc jockey, whatever it is that you do, if you're online, if you do finance, if you do medical, whatever it is that you do, your garden, you're a pizzeria, whatever it is, I commend you for it because you're doing your thing. That's your niche. That's your thing. And I'll back you up on it. I'll do spots for you. I'll do commercials for you. You know what I mean? We could come to a collaboration on that. I don't mind. I'll share my audience with you. You share with me. You know, I don't have a problem with that. That's something for down the road as we build. We'll have a little bit more leverage when it comes to those type of things. You know, some people pay me just for my voice, just to read a few sentences. It's the advantage of having a good voice, I guess. I don't know. But just remember, if you feel that you're not giving appropriate value to people, and be careful with advice, though. Always put the disclaimer, the moniker that you are talking from your own personal experience or your opinion. And people say, you know, opinions are like assholes. You know what I mean? Everyone's got one and they all stink. Okay, great. That's fine. But, you know, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's not all pools, hot tubs, and chatting. You know what I mean? It is real life. And sometimes it sucks. A lot of times it does. Life is a state of mind. So if you have a superior attitude and a superior state of mind, that's where superior intellect comes from. Mind over matter. Now, I'm not Tony Robbins here. I'm just telling you that it's all about the approach. There's two different ways, or several ways, to get to the same destination. Which one will you choose? What route will you take? You have to go for yours, though, man. You don't sit back and go, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, but do it. You're going to suck at first. It's a prerequisite for getting better, so that's okay. Be the same way in your streams if there's 2 people or 2,000 people or 200,000 people. Be the same way. Be yourself. You cannot go wrong. And remember, this should be no one tougher on you than you. But give yourself a little bit of credit. And don't say out loud ever, ever. This is something that Bruce Lee said a long time ago, and he was quoted on saying it. Don't say bad things about yourself or negative things because your mind doesn't know the difference. Be uplifting. You know, you don't have to be like, oh, shucks type of thing. But you know what? Yeah, you got to get up and dust yourself off and do it and just keep getting up. That's the way I was taught. I know no other way than you keep getting pounded, you keep getting right back up. I ain't going down. Keep going. Keep going. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? You know what I mean? You have to. You have to. You know? A rolling stone gains no moss. Remember that? Don't have time for bullshit to happen to you if you keep going forward. Keep going forward. Just don't forget, you know, you can't go forward if you don't know where you've already been. But stop looking behind you because that's not where the future is. It's ahead. So don't take the present for granted, and don't, you know, don't be around that I'm from the past. You know what I mean? Don't dwell on it. Look towards the future because that's what's coming. And live every day like it's your last because one day it will be. Don't have any regrets. Just keep going. Don't stop. Keep going and do what you're doing. In the end, you'll be the one standing. You'll be the one that's the winner. You'll be the one for the greatest gift that you could give yourself, and that's self-worth. Don't forget that I told you that. I wanted to thank everybody that did come in tonight on a Wednesday night. Like I said, it wasn't I didn't really promote it much or whatever, but most people understand that it's of paramount importance to keep kind of a regular schedule. And we're not going to be on every night because there's nothing to look forward to. And I got shit to do. So Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till about midnight. And Saturday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time, till 12. Sometimes we even go later. And that's the live broadcast. That's on Saturday now. But you can get us through YouTube. Our handle is the same on everything. Follow us on YouTube. You could subscribe to us on YouTube or you know, like our videos on there or watch us on there. That's where if you don't have satellite radio, you could hook it up. We've hooked it up through the browser. We paid extra for it. So you could go right through YouTube and watch it because that's free. And so is subscribing. So we appreciate it. That was a long sentence, huh? A little bit long-winded, but anyway, I'm gonna probably play some Madden. I'm not gonna play it on. Not gonna be on a live stream. But I'm gonna play a little bit and relax. And so I'll have a great Thursday tomorrow. You're getting closer and closer to Friday. Okay, and we'll see you Saturday night. We'll talk more about that internship for one lucky girl and one lucky guy that we're going to do. It might be for some local guy or gal, or it could be someone that's from far away to help us, and we're gonna help them, and then eventually we'll turn it into a paying gig. That's the way internships work, and it's a win-win. And you cultivate good relationships, and you get it on your resume, and it'll be fun. And for those that want to, not everybody likes being on camera or likes being heard, or both, or one. But for those that do, I'll let you come on the show with me. We'll have it set up, and you can have the earphones on. We have another camera. We have several cameras. We have actually 5 of them. And we just don't have it all hooked up because it's just me sitting in my home studio. So you'll be able to be on. We'll have you on as a guest. We'll do some spots for you. You want to have your business grow a little bit, and you want to get some advertising. I do spots. I do commercials. I did voice acting for years and years. So I'm gonna open myself up for that again. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do that, but I might as well. You know what I mean? I'll be your voice of choice. How's that? It's just they used to call me Rhyme Time because I was a poet and didn't know it. Anyway, we're gonna end today before I get any more corny shit going on. I think the meds are wearing off. So thank you very much. And I mean that. That's not an empty or veiled thing or a passive aggressive approach. I really do thank you. You know, without customers, you don't have a business, and without an audience, you don't have a show. So thank you, because we try really, really hard, and we're going to continue to do what we do, and it's going to keep getting better. I'm going to have an engineer. Little Timmy will be back. My cousin Vinny will be around. Beavis and Butthead will be on in a few months. I mean, it's going to be great. Maybe we could get the music to work, or at least pay somebody off. Maybe we could pay somebody off. You know, I am Sicilian. I'm not above that, you know. What was that, payola? What was that? No, that was different. Anyway, we will see you tomorrow night on Twitch or Kick. That'll be Mean Machine 973 if you're into the gaming thing. If not, then you want to listen in or watch, or both, our regular broadcast, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube. And we'll probably be on Facebook that night too. I'm not sure, but it's usually on YouTube first, and then we choose based on polls that we do on Twitter and that kind of thing, and then we will, and then we decide what what we do. And it's cool. The gaming thing is because when I do that, when people do like little cheers in the room on Twitch or Kick or whatever, or they use channel emotes or they subscribe or anything like that, they get to choose what jersey I physically wear. And if they have it, just like one guy was a Patriot fan, he did 100 cheers or whatever it was, cost him $1 or $2, whatever it was. And then I changed my guys all to wear Patriots uniforms when I was gaming that night. Like cool stuff like that, So that's it. I have like 0 voice left because I've been talking for hours between copy during the day and the one internet commercial. And you're going to start hearing that more on Saturdays now. I'm going to have to start doing spots for new sponsors that we're now that we hit subscribers. We have you're starting to come out of woodwork now. We've been approached already 4 times in the last 2 days. Once you hit that milestone, I guess it starts to come in. People want you to be affiliated, and push their products, or can we advertise on your channel or during your script? So I have to go through all that. I have to have an attorney look at all that kind of stuff too. I don't just do it by the seat of my pants type of thing. So that'll be something. So we have a lot of good. It's all positive. It's all good stuff, and I'm glad that you're going to be a part of it. So remember this one last thing: if you're a streamer, if you are a broadcaster, if you are trying to find your way in this wilderness that they call online, remember this. Out of all the things that I've said, remember, the algorithm does not push you to your audience. It's pushing the audience that it thinks that you want to you. So always be yourself. Don't change up, because then you would have lost all those people that you were trying to be different when they were looking for the real you. Don't forget I said that, because it is so true. And the number 2 thing is that you take out of this, remember, I can't even remember. What was I going to say? No, I'm just kidding. So just remember, just do the best that you can, but be yourself. You can be different, but like I said, if you're yourself and there's only one you, well, that is different, isn't it? Don't have any regrets. Go for yours. In the end, you're a winner. You're a winner right now. That's the way I see it anyway. But whatever it is that you do in life, I wish you the best of luck with it. And don't forget also, Don't concentrate on the people that you don't have. Subscribers, followers, viewers, whatever it is. You don't have to put all your concentration on that. They'll come to you. So be yourself, okay? Concentrate on the people that you have. Remember I said that it's words to live by, you know? It really is. And you'll be successful. You'll see. Come along for the ride on the Meme Machine, baby. We will see you Saturday night. And if you want to watch gaming, I'll be on Twitch tomorrow night. So until then, God bless you all. Take care. Say a prayer. Comb your hair. I'll see you there. Peace and chicken grease. Good night, everybody.